audition. And Scotland's Blair Kinghorn has been named in the Lions team for this weekend's third and final test against Australia. James Ryan's also in as James Lowe and Ollie Chesham drop out. The question everyone is wondering is, can the Wallabies stop a Lions whitewash? Well, former England and Australia head coach Eddie Jones says they'll be testing their emotional resilience.
I think the third game of a dead series is always really interesting because it becomes a one-off game, and it's how you can get your team up for the performance. For the Lions, it's a bit of a free hit. They can go out there and really not enjoy themselves, but take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Remember, it's live on talkSPORT on Saturday morning.
Might finally ditch the L plates. It's a tough test, Paul.
Yeah.
It's a tough test.
It is.
And we'll bring you 5 more race commentaries from day 3 of glorious Goodwood with Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly.
We're also after unlikely songs from unlikely bands. Charlie's Choice today is Doing It on the Cheap. I've got my own Charlie's Choice today.
Oh, nice. That's Paul's choice. Paul's pick. Paul's pick.
Yeah, that's good. It leaked in my bag.
Oh, that's nice.
And we'll chat to the golfer who got his first hole-in-one, age 90.
Lovely. There's all this plus all the day's big transfer stories. We're joined by Ben Stokes, sort of, and we'll bring you another birthday spread.
We will indeed bring you another birthday
Quite showbiz
spread.
on my read.
Yeah, you really attacked it.
Really
like
giving it a good go.
You do a lot of voiceover work, don't you?
Well, yeah, some.
Yeah.
Some, not as much as I used to do, Paul.
Oh, okay. So it dried up a bit.
AI's got involved.
Really?
Yeah,
is that what they're doing now?
All, if you listen to loads of voiceovers, it's all AI, Paul.
Really?
Yeah, ChatGPT's turned up in the mud, Charles.
No, I never knew that. So it's just like a generic
voice. But it sounds so good. They're so good at it, Paul. It's coming for us all.
Wow.
It's coming for us all.
AI cannot come up with the kind of rot that we come up with on most days. I mean, this is the trouble. If we make it too straight and too obvious, we're just trying to stay one step ahead of AI.
Non-linear. Just got to keep going.
AI is not going to do
sideways.
it leaked in my bag.
Leaked in my bag.
4 minutes past 1. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Afternoon, Paul. It's my year, Paul. I'm just telling you that now.
Oh, I'm really pleased.
It's finally come round.
Okay, so
I've just sent you the audition notice I've noticed.
The New York Knicks are looking for the Knicks City Dancers.
Yeah, they're there anyway. They're a dance troupe.
So anyway. I'm guessing.
They are normally all women.
And young. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm guessing women in their sort of 20s.
It's you have to be no, there's no age limit. You must be 18 plus. I'm 18 plus.
Okay. Well, good luck, Nan.
Yeah.
Good luck, Nan, in getting a gig.
Must be this might be a stumbling block.
Yeah.
Must be available for 44 plus New York Knicks home games.
That's going to. It's a tough commute, isn't it?
I have to do this show.
Now, but
I have the game day warm up on a Saturday morning.
Well, you can put all this to them if they really want you.
If they want me, but I might get there and they might go, there's something about this middle-aged guy. That is sensational.
Yeah. It would feel. I tell you, move those
women out the way. Who's this stubby guy at the back?
With the greatest of respect,
2 beats behind everyone else.
It would look a little bit Peter Griffin. I think you in the midst of that. It really would.
The Knicks City Dancers. It might be my year, Paul. You've got to dream. You have to dream.
You don't get the gig, then you take them to court.
Yeah, why?
You sue them for $20 million.
Why was it?
Yeah.
Well, you were a couple of beats behind.
Good luck, Charlie.
Thanks,
You're bid to become one of the Knicks City Dancers. I take it you get to watch the games for nothing. But
I tell you what, if I'm not here next week, I've got the job.
Okay. That's good. We wish you well.
Thank you.
It leaked in my bag.
It leaked in your bag. What is it leaked in your bag?
I was coming into work. I quite like a bit of fruit now and again.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Your 5 a day.
Yeah.
And came in, bought one of the little packages of the pineapple.
Oh, yeah, I love pineapple.
And the hole in the bottom of the container. And I didn't realise that at the time. And it's just leaked in my bag.
It's leaked in your bag.
Now, I'd say pineapple juice, it's a sticky item. It's not the nicest thing.
Could be worse, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not the worst thing to leak in your bag.
No, I don't.
So let's find some of those today.
What's leaked in your bag?
Come on, AI.
It leaked in your bag.
Come on, AI. What you got? talksport.com, text 81089.
Very nice.
Tweet. Should we ask AI what leaked in my bag?
Yeah, that's nice. What would it come up with?
In your bag.
And also, Paul, I wanted to do... go on. What's AI said?
The user's question is unclear. The phrase, what leaked in your bag, implies that something has spilled or been damaged inside of the user's bag. Yeah, all right, I know that.
You have to ask it the right question.
To provide a helpful response, more information is needed about what kind of bag, e.g. fabric, leather, backpack, purse. McDonald's.
ChatGPT has come up with the classic leak in the bag scenario.
Okay.
Here are some of the usual suspects that love to ruin your days. Chat, innit?
Yeah.
Hello,
mine
Paul.
came from the old cricketer. AI overview.
And after a few words from AI overview,
it'll be ChatGPT.
From the pavilion end.
Yeah, okay.
Lotions or creams can ooze out if not sealed tight. Or
is there a visible stain or wet spot? The question's now being asked.
I don't know. I don't think I want to answer that.
No, let's leave it. Charlie did say
might be when I'm auditioning for the Knicks City Dancers.
Seconds before I said this is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker, he said, "Do I stink? I think I stink."
I thought I might stink, but it wasn't.
Anyway,
me. I walked past someone else.
More importantly,
not you, Paul.
What we got for you today? Well, we have got a birthday
spread
later.
You're going to talk sport? Yeah, birthday spread later.
We will talk sport later.
Yeah.
We're going to talk racing very shortly because Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly will be joining us. Couple of bits of news today. It's a beautiful picture been sent of Rupert from his producer today, clutching a big bottle of white wine.
Oh, that's nice.
So
glorious Goodwood,
and of course Lizzie is with child. She's not going to be drinking it. So
but he manages to say all those names.
Yes,
doesn't he? At speed.
It does,
despite being 5 bottles of wine in.
Of course not. He's a professional. He just keeps it just slightly lubricated. So
James from Lincoln's been in touch. Old school Lynx Africa roll-on. Linked in his school bag in the 90s.
Is that bad?
My French tricolor textbook, La Rochelle.
Yeah.
Smelt amazing for the entire school year.
That's good.
A French book should smell nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
The French perfume.
So
Thank
beautiful.
You, James.
So it leaked in your bag. Talksport.com, text 1889, tweet TSH and J. There's a lot of tributes coming into Ozzy Osbourne, of course. We had very moving scenes yesterday in Birmingham. And then we had the Coldstream Guards.
Yeah.
Playing a bit of Black Sabbath at Buckingham Palace.
They played that, and then earlier in the week they were playing Is Coming Home for the Lionesses, weren't they?
Yeah.
They've really updated their
Well, I mean, I think just
their playlist.
I mean, do they have that in their locker? Did they have to rehearse that last night?
I always like the drummers on those sorts of things with a brass band. Really sort of get a chance to let loose, don't they?
It is an opportunity, there we are, isn't it? So,
you wanted to know unlikely songs, didn't you, Paul?
Unlikely songs by unlikely bands. I mean, have the Brighouse and Rastrick ever done Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine? I mean, now and again you go along and they'll say, often brass bands, isn't it?
Yeah.
Playing
some music in a shop.
A song. Well, I hope you enjoy that one. This one is an old song by our friends, the Dead Kennedys, California Uber Alice, everybody. And it just...
On the euphonium now, it's Peter and he's going to be playing Firestarter.
Yeah. This will feature mainly our cornet player, John. It's great, isn't it?
He's the instigator.
Yeah.
Twisted trouble starter.
Yeah. Well, he's not really. He's
It's
a lovely
Peter.
lad. Yeah. It's
On the bass trombone.
so anyway, what's happened in this last 10 minutes? You've been on the wine.
Because I smell.
I think it's because you smell. I'm slightly drifting in and out of consciousness. So yeah, talksport.com /H&J. I say, just trying to keep, all we're trying to do is keep one step ahead of AI.
AI.
Because if we come on just talk transfers, AI is going to get us in the end.
Exactly,
Talksport, we are doing that later, by the way. Talksport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH&J 03717223344. Bit of breaking transfer news. It had been in the ether, fully expected. Nottingham Forest have signed the Bologna forward Dan and Doy, 34 million, highly rated.
Okay.
Good bit of business for them. Forest have got another one over the line. Not been too bad a window.
Well, they have to plug some gaps, aren't they? But they've managed to keep hold of Gibbs White, Paul. You know, you'll be pleased about.
Tottenham are playing Arsenal at the moment.
Yes. At the moment?
At the moment. We'll keep an eye on that one for you and have regular updates.
Why haven't we got it on?
Manchester. I'll tell you what, let's check in with the Moose, shall we, and see what's going on. Good afternoon, Ian. What's the score? What's happening?
We're 5 minutes away from half-time. Arsenal 0, Spurs 0. I've got to say, Arsenal with plenty of possession. Spurs, every time Saka gets the ball, do try and foul him to stop him. They've had half chances, Arsenal, but Spurs have hit the woodwork 3 times. Wow. Pedro Porro with a corner that went all the way through the 6-yard box and curled off the far post. Then Wilson Odobert inside the penalty area, left-hand side from about 12 yards out, beat Raya and saw it come off the same post. And then the most unbelievable miss, I still don't know actually how the ball didn't go in. Another Tottenham corner, it flicked off the far post, and Richarlison is on the line, and somehow he couldn't put the ball in the back of it. Seemed to head it back into play. Now, Gyökeres is on the bench for Arsenal. Son is on the bench for Spurs, Paul. And you know Sonny, normally cheery, smiling, what have you. I've seen men that look happier, I've got to say. I'm not saying anything about his future, but I've seen men that look happier. I presume we'll come on at some point in the second half. 4 and a bit to the break. Arsenal 0, Spurs 0.
Wow. Thank you very much. I mean, I think he'll have to come on at some point because I think Spurs will have their fee for the tour slashed.
He has to come on.
Well, I don't know if he has to come on, but I think there will be
part of the contract.
There'll be. I mean, I imagine he'll come on for the second half. It looks like he's off to LA, but as everybody's been saying, that will be his choice in the end. So I'm sure in the fullness of time we'll find out what's going on. But we're going to kick off talking racing. Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly going to join us. Going to set the scene. Our first race is 1:20. We've got 5 commentaries for you once again today. A little bit of fallout from yesterday to discuss. Slightly troubling story with a happy ending, I think, from this morning as well around the meeting. So we'll kick off with that. We are going to chat to Ben Stokes later on, sort of. And we'll keep an eye on the cricket for you and all those matches. Reflect on some of the other friendlies. Big win for Manchester United. Some interesting stuff has emerged from that as well. And poor old Luke Littler has failed his driving test for the 5th time. I mean, the man has achieved so much in his short time.
The theory, Paul.
The theory's doing for him.
The theory's tough.
He's got to maybe have a half an hour less practice on the hockey and just do another half hour's theory. We're going to speak to a man that is a driving instructor, has taught many of the Villa players to drive, and won the European Cup with Villa. So you don't get many
pretty
people
good,
with that
very
CV.
good indeed.
So we'll be doing that a little bit later on and finding out how does he get over the line, Luke?
He's got a 90% pass rate, but he's got a 100% Villa winning rate.
Oh, yes. So
that's what he's got,
I thought you meant Luke Littler. No. So that's all to come, but we'll kick off chatting to Rupert and Lizzie, setting the scene, and we've got the Tipsters competition, which they're both fully invested in, and we'll kick that off in a few moments' time. We're here, as always, with Toolstation. This summer, shop Toolstation's award-winning Hawksmoor lawnmower range, in-store, on the app, and online. Next stop, Toolstation. Just before we cross to Goodwood, there has been a goal in the game between Spurs and Arsenal. But which way has it gone? Ian Abrahams.
Arsenal 0, Spurs 1. Pap Sarr from inside the centre circle. Ball played out by Raya, short to a defender. Sarr robbed him in the centre circle and lobbed Raya from all of 40, 45 yards. Arsenal 0, Spurs 1.
Top work, Moose. Thank you very much.
Arteta out, Paul. The Frank dynasty begins.
It's only pre-season. Let's not get too carried away, but I prefer it that way round. Anyway, let's cross to glorious Goodwood. Good afternoon, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Rupert Bowen, Lizzie Kelly. Let's have a bit of housekeeping from yesterday. First, guys, first, Rupert, bit of a troubling story. Some of the jockeys heading to Goodwood this morning. Tell us more.
Yep, there were 5 jockeys travelling down from Thirsk, flying to Goodwood. Amongst them, PJ McDonald, Rowan Scott. They took off at Thirsk Airport, and it was a twin-engine plane, and one of the engines conked out straight away.
Wow. And
so the pilot said we had to go, and on the way back, quoting one of the jockeys, said other bits were flying off the plane. It sounded quite a scary moment. In an understated way, one of the jockeys is quoted saying, "We panicked a bit," and I can probably understand why, but thankfully they landed safely. But given the fact that Thirsk is 286 miles away, they won't be riding. And in this race, David Probert, it will ride Serenity Blue, and Magellan Cloud will be ridden by Sappy Osborne. In the 345, there are a number of other jockey changes because, as I say, 5 jockeys, Callum Rodriguez, Jack Garrity, Rowan Scott, Tom Eves and PJ McDonald were involved in what must have been quite a scary incident.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad, thankfully they're all okay, which is great. Lizzie, let's have your tip for this first race for the Tipsters comp. Team Lizzie, Team Rupert.
Yeah, so I'm a fully paid up member of the James Doyle Wathnan Racing fan club, and Best Secret, the favourite here, represents them for Stéphane Wattal, who trains in France. He's got some really lovely form. He ran on really well at Royal Ascot in the last 2 furlongs from a held up position to finish 3rd. He actually gave James Doyle a bit of hassle by hanging badly, sorry, I can't remember, I think it was left, and he hopefully will, be a little bit easier to sort out today. So I'm sticking with the favourite, Best Secret.
Best Secret. What about you, Roop?
Well, I'm a fully paid up member of the Michael Bell Ryan Moore Club, so I'm going for Parole Doro.
Okay.
And ran really well last time, and Ryan Moore, when he rides for my brother, is quite often a significant booking. So I'm going for Parole Doro, but this is a competitive race. Best Secret is the favourite, but it will be a tough ask to defy top weight. But who am I to argue with Lizzie? It doesn't pay to do that.
Well, we're now going to find out who's going to draw the short straw and get Rupert.
I think I can tell which.
How did you know?
I can tell.
Okay.
You can tell, Paul. You've got to tell.
I'm Team Rupert again. It was great. It was a
tongue out your mouth.
And I was in such a good mood after Spurs scored. So we can do it. We got a draw yesterday, Rupert. Things are improving. We were defeated on Monday 3-0.
I used to be a fully paid up member of the Rupert Bell fan club, but I couldn't take the drink.
No.
Couldn't take the hangover.
The socialising was too great. On another serious note as well.
My shoes were too new.
You got expelled.
I got kicked out.
Yeah. Just very quickly before they start, are they nearly in, Rupert? I don't want to get in your way. Are they nearly ready for the off?
They're nearly in. We can talk about Field of Gold a bit later.
Yeah,
I imagine where you were going to go there.
That was,
news of Field of Gold later, but there's just a couple more to go in, including Thunder Wonder. Charlie Johnson trains this one, and also Janie Mackers, the man of Sylvester Sousa. They got 1.2 miles. It's sort of uphill to begin with on what is a overcast day. We've had some rain here this morning, and more rain is forecast, but thankfully it's a reasonably mild and very pleasant afternoon, but hopefully we don't get the showers. So Thunder Wonder is rather reluctant to go forward. There's 4 or 5 stalls handlers coming forward to give the horse a heave-ho, and Thunder Wonder is all set. Stall handler runs to the side, and the starter is ready to press the button, and he does, and away they go. And Thunder Wonder is one of those into an early lead. Also Nebraska is fairly prominently, with Holly Doyle looking to her left and right to wonder where she should start tacking. Also right up there is Ernst Blofeld, is one of the leading runners. Magellan Cloud is also in a prominent position, as is High Degree, the mount of Tom Marquand. So Tom Marquand looks as if he's wanting to take the pace here, and it's a strong one as they go uphill through the first couple of furlongs here at Goodwood, and leading is High Degree. On the inside then is Ernst Blofeld, then it is Magellan Cloud looking towards the favourite. Towards the rear at Best Secret actually is in the second last at the moment, taking a keen hold, Lizzie, and that is Himbook.
Yep, they're pulling quite hard, so it looked like they're all going fairly rapidly, but they do seem to have taken a little bit of a pull at the 6th pole.
Right, and that's because they've hit some rising ground, and then they'll sweep left-handed to come downhill, and still out in front is High Degree, leading by a length. Moving forward is Daiquiri Bay, who's just moved for the 3rd spot, just pacing Ernst Blofeld, and they came round into the straight. Still High Degree, not going too fast now, just taking a bit of a pull has Tom Marquand on the leader, with Safi Osborne on Magellan Cloud coming in for the ride following that incident with the jockeys earlier, and also now moving forward is David Egan on Daiquiri Bay. Coming forward wide on the outside is Best Adventure is getting into the mix. Another one getting into the mix is Brise Noire, looking for some of those on the outside, starting to move forward. Jenny Mackers, also Fort George trying to get it. Parole Doro, Thunder Wonder's got no room to move at the moment, but it's Daiquiri Bay who's got the advantage. Coming on the outside is Best Secret, another one trying to get into the mix. Coming hard and fast is Mahaba Gayas has taken it up. Best Secret, Fort George on the far side is High Degree, but Mahaba Gayas has swept through with William Buick, but James Doyle's getting to work on the top weight. Best Secret, it's going to be a desperately close lunch to the line. of the fist from not only James Doyle but also Lizzie Kelly to my right, because she's tipped the winner Best Secret. That was a really good patient ride, because as we mentioned, was out towards the rear early on in the race.
Yeah, and it just didn't look like he was going to win at any stage of that race. In fact, you would have thought he was too far back on a track that seems to favour, the horses that are closer to the front. He looked outpaced, but he began to look a little bit more comfortable when they slowed the pace down. But he just loves sticking to a task. A mile two, he wants every single inch of it. A really, really smart horse who has some lovely form, and yeah, he's certainly he's the apple of my eye at this moment in time.
7-2 favourite. Best Secret was sent off, and that was a perfectly judged ride from James Doyle to outpoint William Buick on Mahaba Gayeth. There was a gap back to the third horse, who was the Kieran Schumacher ridden Fort George, but Best Secret, and it's first blood to Lizzie. Business is restored as usual.
Easy.
But that was a wonderful performance.
Well done.
You
You didn't trouble the frame then, Rupert, your horse, no, your brother's horse?
But by the soundings, I don't think I've mentioned the horse once in commentary. So that just, I'm just trying to look. Oh my goodness me, it's run an absolute stinker.
Wow.
I think I may have been last, but there we go.
Wow.
That won't please my brother. It got a bit messy. One or two horses got no luck in running. Someone like Himbook was really squeezed for room, and the game was up with Parole Doro with about a furlong to go. So sorry. Paul.
There's plenty of time, Rupert. 4 more races to bounce back. Let's just deal with that little bit of housekeeping from yesterday. Fielded Gold was the big shot for you two. You were speechless almost when it was beaten by an 150-1 shot from the same stable. But we learned today that it was lame on its near hind leg this morning, Lizzie. So maybe that explains it.
Yeah, I think what was really shocking about the performance yesterday was that not only was he not only did he lose to a 151-1 shot, he was not really featured. You could see that the engine just wasn't there that you would have previously seen. So already, scratching your head, you're thinking that horse hasn't just been caught out or been given a bad ride. There was nothing in the locker that we've normally seen, and obviously to hear this morning that he's been found to be lame, it sort of offers up a little bit of a reason. They haven't found out the exact issue at the moment. John Gosden was told. Well, we were told that he said that he's going to have a vet come in and obviously check him all over, check what the injury might be. So we're still pretty much in the dark of what that might be, but obviously it offers up an explanation for what was a poor performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, I hope the horse is all right and back running soon. But for now, Rupert and Lizzie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rupert and Lizzie there, Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly, our commentary team. 4 more races this afternoon.
West Country, la la la.
Yeah,
West Country,
you and Lizzie.
La la la.
So it is half time in the game between Spurs and Arsenal, and the Moose going to round things up for us. Ian, take it away.
And at half-time, it is Arsenal 0, Spurs 1. The goal right on half-time, scored by Papsar. David Raya came right outside his penalty, in fact, midway inside his own half, to play a short pass to Miles Lewis-Skelly. He got robbed by Papsar, who from just inside the centre circle sent a lob back over Raya's head and into the unguarded net. Difficult skill, not everyone could do it. Papsar managed it. This after Spurs had hit the post 3 times, twice from corners, once from Pedro Porro and then from Mohamed Kudus. The latter one seemed to come off the arm of Richarlison. That's how he didn't manage to put the ball in from close range. Odobert with a shot from inside the box also hit the post. Arsenal didn't manage one single shot on target in the first half. Surely the man with the Henri shirt, Victor Gyökeres, has to come on sooner rather than later for them. They've been really poor up front. At the break, though, in Hong Kong, Arsenal 0, Spurs 1.
Thank you, Moose. Back to Ian for the second half later on. We'll keep you in touch with the cricket. They'll be back out, hopefully, rain permitting, shortly. And just to let you know, you can watch every race live from the Qatar Goodwood Festival and Galway Festival, which is on at the moment, of course, only on Racing TV. You can start a free 31-day trial now by heading to racingtv.com/free trial. All Racing TV members also get access to over 100 free race days and a free share in their syndicate racehorse, the Lost Sock. So start your free trial now. Still to come, we will be talking a bit of Lions. Now we know the team for the third and final test.
He's budged Blair Kinghorn out to the wing, isn't he, Paul?
That's right, yeah. We're going to have a chat with Rocky Clark, have a chat with her. We're going to talk how does Luke Littler get over the line with his driving theory after 5 failures. We'll look at all the transfer stories of the day. But we're going to have a chat with Ronnie Edwards next, the Southampton defender.
Alexander Isak is training alone at his former club Real Sociedad amid uncertainty over his Newcastle future. He's apparently recovering from a minor thigh injury that the club says has kept him from travelling for their pre-season tour. It says talk of a Liverpool move has ramped up in recent days. talkSPORT's Alan Pardew reckons this will test the mettle of Eddie Howe.
These are the tests you get as a Premier League manager, wherever you're at the top of the league, in the middle or at the bottom. You're going to get tests, and Eddie's getting tested here by one of his main player. He's not going to get anyone who can do those numbers that Isak can do. So, you know, you're going to have to spread it around.
Meanwhile, Benjamin Šeško seemingly on his way to England. Does he choose northeast or northwest? Well, we understand Newcastle do fear a Manchester United hijack for the striker, and talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says it does feel a little last chance saloon.
Benjamin Šeško is the last cab off the rank, isn't he, with Victor Osimhen off to Galatasaray, Ekitike to Liverpool. Number 9s are in short demands. We've spoken about. Victor Gyökeres is obviously gone.
And Scotland's Blair Kinghorn has been named in the Lions team for this weekend's third and final test against Australia. James Ryan's also in as James Lowe and Ollie Chesham drop out. Remember, it's live on talkSPORT on Saturday morning.
Live football, it's what we do best. Plays it across the face of goal, and it's in! Bradford equalise!
Onto his right foot, shoots straight to it, it's in! Tento Alape turns in Jack Diamond's shot, and Stockport are level!
Oh, what a hit! Harry Mills puts the push ahead!
Luton Town find themselves in the bottom three, back-to-back relegation.
Been here many times before, and I know that this club can get itself back into the Championship again.
Cardiff are relegated to the third tier of English football for the first time in 22 years.
Comes out to the edge of the area. Oh, what a goal! Miles Hippolyte, AFC Wimbledon are back at League One level after 3 years away. To the far post, Talavera! He's headed it in! Incredible! Plays it across the face of goal, and it's in! Bradford equalise! And only one national radio station takes the EFL seriously, and that's this one.
The EFL season is almost upon us. The Championship season not that far off, of course. And we're going to bring you Saints on the opening day, aren't we, Charlie?
Yeah, Wrexham.
That's right.
Oh,
wow.
Wrexham at home is a huge game for both clubs, actually.
Yeah.
Both last season travelling in different directions.
Yes.
But here they meet.
Indeed. And we're going to chat now to the Southampton defender who had a very successful half a season at QPR.
Yeah.
Ronnie Edwards. Hi, Ronnie.
Hello, Ronnie.
How are you, okay?
Yeah,
good,
thanks.
Thank you. I mean, some loans work better than others, and I think this has been a good one for you, hasn't it? Got you plenty of game time. You played practically all the games and got a bit of rhythm going, and you're back at Saints now.
Yeah, it was a successful loan. Like you said, some can go either way, but in my case, it was a positive one.
Well, I mean, there probably were options for you. So why QPR? Is it because they kind of promised you regular starts?
No one's promised regular starts. Obviously, they wanted a centre half. I obviously spoke to them and the way they wanted to play and sort of the what they see in me that I could have helped to the team. And QPR is obviously a big club. The stadium's unreal, so it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, great. And then you go back to Southampton, and another big club with a brilliant stadium. And when you go back and you've had a successful loan, do you go in with a slightly different sort of spring in your step, or do you just get in and do the work, Ronnie?
Yeah, of course you get in and do the work, but obviously, yeah, you've come back with a different mentality of, I mean, you always want to play. Everyone wants to play, otherwise we wouldn't do what we do. But yeah, I've definitely come back here with a different mentality in the way I look at stuff.
Yeah. Now, I'm a Spurs fan, so I want you to do a bit of scouting for me.
Oh, yeah.
You had young Yang with you. He was also another loanee at QPR, and you would have trained and worked with him and played with him. So what did you make of him? I know he's a young lad, and it was his sort of first experience of football in this country, but how did he cope?
Yeah, he was good. Obviously, like you just said, he's a young lad. He's still learning. And yeah, bright things to come from him, I think. And
you got a new manager in Will Still, and I think he's impressed a lot of people with the work he's done over in France. So what have you made of the training? What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. I've been back, I think, about 2.5 weeks now, and it's been intense, which is always good in pre-season, and demanding. And it's just little things like setting standards and obviously gelling and turning the page from last year, really.
Yeah, I mean, it strikes you. I mean, he seems a bit of a deep thinker on the game. I mean, have you been learning stuff? Have you been quite surprised? Because he's probably not a lot older than you are.
Making me feel old. Well, we've learnt a lot as a team, and like I said, it's really good for the club, and it's exciting times, obviously, with a new manager, and I think we're just raring to go now.
Yeah, when you say intense, as a football fan, and you'd hope your team is working as hard as possible when they come back from pre-season. When you say intense, how does that differ from other pre-seasons you've done?
Yeah, I mean, majority are intense. That's what pre-season's for, but it feels like longer sessions, more demanding.
Okay.
And I think that's just the standards that he's setting, because ultimately, as a club, we all want to achieve one thing this year. And I think it's just setting them standards, and obviously demands on us for us to then go and set our own standards and drive each other.
And pressure to come straight back up, really, because all the bookies are having you amongst the sort of favourites to bounce straight back. So that brings its own pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's if players or people at the club look outside, but the only ones that are going to do it are the ones in the building, the staff, the players. So we just sort of take that pressure off us, and we're ultimately the ones that can get this club back to where it belongs. No one else on the outside is going to help us, other than the fans, obviously, sticking on our side. But yeah, it's ultimately down to the players and the staff to all stay positive and just smash every game that we have.
And a few boys have moved on. That's always the case. You've come back and there's a few spare pegs in the dressing room. Carl Walker-Peters has moved on to West Ham, and Aaron Ramsdale, of course, who was fantastic for the team last year.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, congrats to them both. There was obviously both very good players, and I wish them all the best.
Ronnie, good to talk to you. We wish you all the best for the season.
Good luck.
Yeah, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
There we are, honest, Ronnie Edwards there, the Southampton defender. As we said, it all kicks off 12:30, Southampton versus Wrexham on Saturday the 9th of August, with Adrian Durham, your host, Jim Proudfoot, Scott Minto on commentary duty. And
it's a great, I know it's not the opener, but it's what a great opener to a great game to go and watch.
Absolutely.
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of eyes on it.
A lot of Wrexham fans will be trying to get down to St Mary's, I expect.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Wrexham fans are going to travel in numbers, aren't they? They're going to be good for the gate.
Very good.
For some of the Championship sides. Anyway, it is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT.
12 years.
These lads have dreamed of being a British and Irish Lion all their lives. Dramatic finish like that to win the series is what dreams are made of.
1974, isn't it, since the Lions team's gone to Series 1 and beaten.
The man that's led the Lions to this first series win in South Africa since 1896, Willie John McBride.
Every player in 74, nobody was going to be second best to anybody. It was as simple as that. We were going to be number one.
When we met, Big Faz made the call. He wants us to go out here and win everything.
Gliding to the right-hand side.
They're a little bit more desperate, which we need to work on leading into next week.
Hugh Jones up and over the line, scores the try!
It's a big honour, boys. Take it with two hands, like Faz said.
What else could it mean to be a Lion? Prepared to win by skill, but be ready to win by will.
I saw some quotes from Willie John talking about Mauro Itoje, his captain. He must be 10 foot tall at the moment, getting a pat on the back from a legend like that. But anyway, there are a couple of changes in the Lions team for the final test. Blair Kinghorn is going to replace James Lowe on the left wing. James Ryan is in for Ollie Chesham at lock.
Yeah, great.
Here to give us her thoughts on that very shortly, Rocky Clark. Let's hear from Andy Farrell, the Lions coach, who explained those changes.
It's what's right for the group and how we see them pulling up after two test matches, etc. But what we've also done with them this week and how we freshen them up and whether we feel that they're in the right frame of mind and this is the best 23 to take the group forward.
There we are, it's Andy Farrell. Rocky Clark does join us, England legend. Good afternoon, Rocky.
Rocky.
Hey, gents, how you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
You've been in camps. I mean, hear what Andy says there. It makes absolute sense, doesn't it? Some of the boys have got knocks. Some of them, for whatever reason, just aren't right. I mean, say you've been in England camps many times, and they're often the criteria as you go from week to week.
Yeah, sometimes the coach just gets to feel what they need and the type of game you want to play also determines what selection you want to make. And obviously there's a little bit of form in there as well. So, you know, I'm not surprised there's a few changes to freshen it up. We saw how much Kinghorn made an impact, obviously, when he came on. And James Ryan as well was pretty decent. Maybe a few people were a little bit surprised with that, but he did what he needed to last game. It's a strong Irish contingent, isn't it? 9 out of the 15 from Ireland, so they're going to know the structure. He knows exactly how he wants to play, and then obviously having Earl on the bench. But one of the biggest talking points is he's gone for a 6-2 split, which is quite interesting with that firepower from the forwards. The bench made a big impact last week, and you know he's going to want that again.
One of the key moments of last week, I was just thinking back watching the game, was that Tom Curry tackle on Suaalii, which is just at that key. It was such a pivotal moment of the game. And for a guy who got a lot of stick going into this tour, he has been fantastic, hasn't he, Tom Curry?
Yeah, arguably the player of the test games, there was a bit of contention about whether he should be selected, obviously, with Jack Morgan playing so well and in form. But Andy Farrell knows his team, knows what he wants. And, you know, he thought him and Byrne were test match animals. And let's be honest, they've both proved that. But Curry, we talk about game-changing moments, and that tackle... probably a try-saving tackle, and that shifts the momentum, shifts the potentially result of the game. So that was huge from Curry, and obviously scored his try as well, and has been a real weapon in these test games.
You might think they'd be tempted to give people a run out on Saturday, but I think they'll want that clean sweep, won't they? Yeah. To make that history, Rocky.
Yeah, exactly, and he's stuck mainly with the same team, but. He's not given any cheap Lions test caps away there, and these are the boys that have done the hard graft and earned their spot. And you know, it's fair play. He obviously knows what he's doing and has got the results in the last 2 games, and we could see a big finish as well.
I wonder how important it is for Australia to get something from it. I mean, for the sport in Australia, I think it feels quite important. They put in a great shift the other day and could have won that game. So I'm sure the Australian public realise they put that, but they don't like losing at Sport Australia, as we know. So a 3-0 is going to be very painful.
Yeah, exactly. So, Schmidt's going to be getting into them. They've got to do everything they can. I just wonder if they kind of played their World Cup final on the second test to try and obviously equal the series.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope that we have a really tight game again. And you've still got Skelton in the team, who was huge last week. 47 minutes, but he blew a gasket by the end, and fair play to him. He got for a lot of work for a massive guy, 6'8", 140 kilos, and just a man mountain. But they've lost Valentini, who was also a great weapon for them. But what I loved about the Australians, they played some exciting rugby. They got on the front foot, big carries coming around the corner, then let their backs tear up as well. But I just hope we see that. It's obviously a change at 9 as well, with White coming in, so we'll see how it goes.
Now, just finally, Rocky, away from the Lions, England's women got a warm-up game at the weekend against Spain with the Women's World Cup just around the corner. And I was reading a bit about Abby Burton, who's making her first test start. And it is quite a story, isn't it? She was in an induced coma back in 2022, was seriously ill. So quite an inspiring tale that she's back playing now.
Yeah, she's a great kid, and I was lucky enough to play some tens with her, one of her sort of return games, and she'd been so poorly, lost so much weight, and you see those massive stories where people come out of these near career-ending injuries or illnesses, and she's one of those, and to stand the test of time to go through and claw her way back. She wanted to be an Olympian, wanted to be a 15s player, and she's done so well. She's an inspiration and a really good all-round human and a great rugby player. So I think we'll see big things from her.
Excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff, Rocky. Enjoy the game of the weekend. Thanks very much.
Cheers, guys. You too.
There's Rocky Clark there, England and Saracens legend. And this weekend's third and final test between the Lions and Australia, the Olympic Stadium in Sydney, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Coverage gets underway at 10 o'clock with Shabana Hearn, Alex Cuthbert, Ben Kay, David Campese, Andrew McKenna bring you all the action, and should be an absolute cracker. So let's return to glorious Goodwood, where our second race is almost upon us. Let's very quickly get your tip for this one, Lizzie Kelly.
Yes, I think it's quite a tricky little race, this. Havana Hurricane is the favourite, and you can see why. He won the Windsor Castle at Royal Ascot. He beat Dickensian, who ran a really nice race yesterday. He backed that up with a decent second in a super sprint. My concern is that this is a stiff 6 furlongs, and, you could potentially say that the only time he's run actually over 6 furlongs was at Epsom. He didn't win, but he was beaten by Maximised, who runs in this race, but he was very green on that occasion. I don't really like Maximised. Puerto Rico, I think, is a decent price for an Aidan O'Brien trained horse. He was 5 lengths behind Royal Ascot winner True Love over 6 furlongs at the Curragh on his latest start, but I actually know the owner of Havana Hurricane, so I wish them the best of luck.
Is that your selection?
Yeah, she's gone with that.
Havana Hurricane.
He's trying to skirt around that.
We've had a text, Rupert, saying, I wonder how much Michael Bell likes Rupert tipping his horses.
Yeah, that's
they seem to come last a lot when you tip them.
He hates it. Let's be quite brutal. I'll tell you what, there's a mother of all storms about to come here.
Oh, really?
We're looking out, and Declan, our loyal producer this week, is battening down the hatches because where the weather's coming from, we could see the last half furlong being run in a torrential downpour because the other side, the wind's picking up, and so I think we could be in for the bookies are now putting up all their umbrellas. They know what's coming.
Rupert, what's your tip in this one, very quickly?
Puerto Rico. You can hear the wind.
Yeah, wow.
Things
Hear the wind.
Very good.
Things are taking off here. They're coming into line. Last one coming forward is Coppell for David Probert. So the 9 runners are set for this Richmond Stakes. They're off and running as Isam gets into the lead, just ducking to his left as he came out of the stalls. Also right up there is Underwriter. They're sort of splitting into 3 groups, this 9-runner field. Leading the group on the stand side, we have Coppell, who's just level with Underwriter, who's leading the far side group as they come down 2 parts of the course. The group headed by Underwriter Underwriter and also Azizam is down the middle. On this near side, we got Koppel maximised, and then Puerto Rico, and then a little gap back to Chicago Corn. The back marker in that group is Havana Hurricane. It is being run in a hurricane, there's no two ways about it, and the rain's starting to come down. Underwriter is out in front with 2.5 furlongs. Also going well is Super Soldier on that far side. This far side seems to have it with 2 furlongs to go. Underwriter, Super Soldier, and Azizam coming down the middle is also Igoli is running into it. Also Puerto Rico is trying to pick up. Koppel on this stand side with a furlong to go. There's plenty in with chances here, with Koppel maybe just has the advantage, half a length. Picking up is Havana Hurricane and also Puerto Rico, but it's Koppel who's going to come through and win by a couple of lengths, beating Puerto Rico with a Havana Hurricane in third. So the rain now starts to lash down. There's no two ways about it, and it is stair rods here as the race finishes in a torrential downpour, and everyone, all the racegoers are scurrying for cover, but Koppel has taken it for David Probert from Puerto Rico and Havana Hurricane in third. So a 5-1 winner, but the weather is not so glorious.
No, the last time we saw this horse, he was third behind Gustard in the Coventry. So the form was there. That was at Group 2 level and over 6 furlongs. Yes, I need to put a coat on. But yes, I thought that was a really... Oh, here we go, got an umbrella. I thought that was a really, really nice run. Not on the seam too early. Havana Hurricane looked to be struggling from the word go, really. A little bit of a bump out of the stalls. But I thought he ran on really well over 6 furlongs to finish third, and obviously Puerto Rico had some nice form as well, as we mentioned before the race.
Well, we love an exposed commentary position. And we've got one here. But anyway, Koppel has won that race. So Lizzie's quickly putting on her new coat that she went out yesterday morning to go and buy, because she foresaw this. Her Tesco special. Who needs? And it's a very immaculate coat it is too, and it's keeping her warm and dry.
That's good.
But Koppel a good winner.
Yeah, the Palace, spelt differently, but the Palace fans would have got on that.
Steve in the dressing room
would have got on Koppel. Your producer Declan sent me a beautiful picture of you. He was pointing out how different commentary positions are in the world of racing to they are in football, which he's more used to. Because it's you in your Goodwood hat and your barber, clutching a bottle of Rosé Whispering Angel with the biggest smile I think I've ever seen on your face.
Happy in your work.
Well, at the moment, my Whispering Angel is being watered down because the rain is lashing down.
Wow.
Glass is flying everywhere. Umbrella's not doing its job.
People are screaming. I'm not sure the screaming is necessary, is it? Screaming.
I mean, look how bad it is.
Wow.
I mean, you cannot now say, I'm getting absolutely drenched.
Oh, wow.
This is not fun. I'm sorry. It is fantastic radio for the dear listeners.
We're seeing the pictures now on Racing TV, and
the umbrellas really slowed the horses down, actually.
Yeah, I think they did.
One hoof.
Guys, we're back to you later on. We'll let you dry off, and we'll actually get away from the microphone for you. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Listen, blimey. Oh, the humanity. I mean, it is bad.
It does sound when it does look wet.
It's raining. Hopefully he'll be back out in the cricket soon. It's not quite that bad here in London.
Glorious Goodwood. Good advert for Glorious Goodwood.
Yeah, tremendous. You can watch every race live from the Qatar Goodwood Festival and Galway Festival, only on Racing TV. You can start a free 31-day trial now by heading to racingtv.com/free trial. All Racing TV members also get access to over 100 free race days and a free share in their syndicate racehorse, the Lost Sock. I'm going to look out for the Lost Sock after that. Start your free trial now. More racing later on. All manner of other stuff to come. Transfers, the birthday spread, and hopefully back out at the cricket. And updates on the Tottenham-Arsenal game, which when we last spoke to Moose was 1-0 to the mighty Spurs. They're out for the second half, and we'll catch up with him in Hong Kong later on.
Alexander Isak is training alone at his former club Real Sociedad amid uncertainty over his Newcastle future. He's apparently recovering from a minor thigh injury that the club says has kept him from travelling for their pre-season tour. It says talk of a Liverpool move has ramped up in recent days. talkSPORT's Alan Pardew reckons this will test the mettle of Eddie Howe.
These are the tests you get as a Premier League manager, wherever you're at the top of the league, in the middle or at the bottom. You're going to get tests, and Eddie's getting tested here by one of his main player. He's not going to get anyone who can do those numbers that Isak can do. So, you know, you're going to have to spread it around.
Meanwhile, Benjamin Šeško seemingly on his way to England. Does he choose northeast or northwest? Well, we understand Newcastle do fear a Manchester United hijack for the striker, and talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says it does feel a little last chance saloon.
Benjamin Šeško is the last cab off the rank, isn't he, with Victor Osimhen off to Galatasaray, Ekitike to Liverpool. Number 9s are in short demands. We've spoken about Victor Gyökeres has obviously gone.
Meanwhile, Johan Wissa did arrive at Brentford's training ground this morning, but it's understood he won't train as he's frustrated at talks over his future. For all the latest transfer lines, head to our live blog at talksport.com. Elsewhere, Sheffield Wednesday have confirmed Hendrik Pedersen as their new manager. Earlier this week, the club confirmed the departure of Danny Röhl via mutual decision. And Scotland's Blair Kinghorn has been named in the Lions team for this weekend's third and final test against Australia. James Ryan's also in as James Lowe and Ollie Chesham drop out. The question everyone is wondering is, can the Wallabies stop a Lions whitewash? Well, former England and Australia head coach Eddie Jones says they'll be testing their emotional resilience.
I think the third game of a dead series is always really interesting because it becomes a one-off game, and you know it's how you can get your team up for the performance. You know, for the Lions, it's a bit of a free hit. They can go out there and really not enjoy themselves, but, you know, take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Remember, it's live on talkSPORT on Saturday morning.
Good afternoon, it is Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT, and in this hour we'll be chatting to the 90-year-old golfer who has finally got that hole-in-one.
There he is, yeah.
After all those years, day after his 90th birthday. What about Prezi? He'll talk us through that. Ben Curry of Warrington Wolves joins us for a chat. Warrington Wolves in England.
Yep.
And we're going to chat to... There's not many driving instructors that also won the European Cup, but we'll be speaking to one of them, and we're going to try and get Luke Littler through that theory test.
Come on, Luke. I said to you, Paul, you should do it on the stage at Ali Pali.
Get some help.
Get the music going. Ooh.
Read out the questions.
Read out the questions
to everybody in Ali Pali. That would be good.
Right.
That would be good. At first, though, let's check in with Ian Abrahams. He's watching Tottenham play Arsenal over in Hong Kong. Moose, what's happening?
13 minutes to go. Arsenal 0, Spurs 1. Papsar's goal from just inside the centre circle, right on half-time, is the goal that separates the two sides. Changes are being made. Son's coming on for the last 13 minutes, which will please the massive crowd in Hong Kong. And for Arsenal, coming on are Max Dowman, who's certainly been really impressive in the cameo appearances he's had so far, and Arsenal's new number 14. Their centre forward for 65 million from Sporting Lisbon. Victor Gyökeres is on for his Arsenal debut. They need a goal from him. It's been fairly fiery at times, this North London derby in Hong Kong. 13 to go. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 1.
Thanks, Moose. Let's just check in very quickly with Sam Ellard. As Fletcher was telling you there in the bulletin, we've not had any play for a while because of the rain. Sam, there's another inspection at 2:30, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, Paul. There was a first inspection at 2 o'clock, so about 5 or so minutes to go. The umpires came out, shoulder around briefly, and then went back inside. It has stopped raining, and the covers are off the wicket, but there is some water on the outfield which needs tidying up. So, yeah, the umpires have let the ground staff go and do that, and there'll be a further inspection at 2:30 p.m. So fingers crossed the puddles and water can be cleared off the outfield. Unfortunately, having a look at various different weather forecasts for sort of later on into the afternoon from 3 o'clock onwards, it doesn't look particularly good, so it could be a frustrating day. But if we do get some play, India will come back out at 72 for 2 after being asked to bat first on day 1 of this 5th Test match.
Excellent, thank you very much, Sam. And if there is any play, we'll be back to Sam later on in the show. And overseas, you can watch it all unfold once there's play on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel. And yeah, go and check that out with our top team. Now, Lewis, very interesting football club.
Yeah.
Done things differently. A very interesting setup.
Have done.
We've been talking about back at Patrick Marber joined us on the show. Playwright and actor who, when he was involved on the board, which I think was a very similar time to our next guest, Karen Dobé. She was on the board of the club. She's now told her story. My story is a feminist on a football club board. Karen Dobé. Good afternoon, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're really welcome.
That you do go back to those Patrick Marber days, don't you? Which is quite a long time ago, isn't it?
Well, my husband was one of the 6 guys, including Patrick, who mutualised the club back in 2009-10 when it was on the brink of financial ruin. Mm-hmm. So I do in that sense, but I didn't actually volunteer there and get very involved until 2017 when the club introduced gender equality to football by paying and valuing the women the same as the men.
You weren't a football fan, were you, at all? So what kind of drew you into it?
I really didn't like football at all before 2017. I basically thought it was a space for men, and I'd grown up in, I guess, the period of football hooliganism, really, in the 80s, 70s, 80s. And I grew up near Wembley, and I couldn't get on the tube, if there were lots of football fans there, and I felt quite threatened by them. And I'd been to a football match when I was younger because my cousin Gary played for Brentford, and I went to a match there, and it was quite it was quite threatening. It wasn't a safe space for a teenage girl. And all I saw on the back pages of newspapers or on the telly were men playing football. Mm-hmm. So I just assumed that it was only wags, that were the kind of accessories to the main event that was women's place in football. And I didn't know that women played football. But in 2016, Charlie, my husband, who was still on the board, said to me, what would you say if we decided to pay the women the same as the men? And I'm afraid to say I didn't even know that women were playing there. So I said I'd say what? And then I'd say, how come you don't? So I got a crash course really in sexism in football. And I went to watch the women. I thought they were absolutely amazing. It was not my idea of what I thought a football match was. It was safe. It was relaxed. You could have a cup of tea. You could have a chat. And changed my mind completely. Became a big fan. Eventually got elected onto the board.
The thing about that, having gone to women's games at the WSL level, is that is the same across the board. It isn't just the same if you go down to Lewis, maybe in the sort of 3rd tier. It is like that. It's a very different atmosphere completely.
Well, it's one of inclusion. It's one of inclusion and equity, and sort of almost more freeing for people to be themselves.
I think so. I mean, I've actually just got back from Basel, where I saw the Lionesses, win the Euros.
Fantastic.
And even there, with all it was amazing. But even there, with all those people in town, like you just kept bumping into people and just having a cup of tea with them, or sharing the joy. Really, we were chanting on the trams there on the way to the match, and it just everyone, just so joyous. It was like being at a festival.
Yeah.
It was that kind of feeling.
I mean, the thing you've worked on a football club board, so you know about the finances of football clubs and the market forces, and you were able to do that at Lewis, but it would be very difficult to do that at Manchester City and at Liverpool and at Arsenal, because ultimately it comes down to market forces. I don't doubt for a moment if Arsenal's women are regularly drawing in 60,000 fans, that would be reflected in the salaries. I mean, as it is, from a marketing and promotional point of view, all those Lionesses are are earning a good living. Maybe not as much as they should be from the team, but they're certainly earning a lot from their sort of notoriety and their brilliance, really.
Yeah, I think you make a really good point. It's true, like what Lewis has done would be really hard for a big Premier League club to do. You know, it's just like not really possible. But what I would say about that is we did something quite radical back in 2017. But what we also did was things that are not as radical, which is about valuing the women equally, such as, you know, we changed our social media handles. So it was Lewis FC Men and Lewis FC Women. So it would be lovely if it was Man City Men and Man City Women. So it wasn't all default male.
Well, Tottenham do that. And I think a lot of other clubs are starting to do it. They have a generic one and they do have separate men's and women's social media feeds.
And it makes a massive difference. And we also, interesting to look at where people put the women's team on the men's, on the website. Is it behind, you know, the under-18s boys, or is it just after the men? Is it, you know, God forbid, right at the front? you know, it's just, there are things you can do for free that send a signal out to everybody, not just women and girls, but boys and men, about women's place in football and therefore about women's place in society. Because there's no doubt that what we do in football has a massive impact on the world, you know.
And your book, Pitch Invasion, with a slight spelling mistake on the front.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that it's not a mistake. Is your journey through that?
Yes, exactly. No, it's not a mistake. I did want to call it Bitch Invasion, but apparently Amazon weren't too keen, so we went with Pitch Invasion, and we just put my lucky lipstick under the P, because whenever I wear that lipstick, Lewis scores. To make it into Bitch Invasion.
What's the brand, just so other people know?
Charlie's a Torquay fan. He should definitely buy some of that lipstick. I think you could do with some lucky lipstick.
I could do with some lucky lipstick. Yeah.
It's called Copper Clutch, Charlie.
Okay, I'll look nice.
You'd look good in that. Copper Clutch. Copper Clutch is your colour. I've told you that before.
I think it is.
Yeah.
You are fan owned. Is that how you said mutuality? There is. You've got 2,500 owners in 40 countries. Is that how you are solely owned and it's run, Karen?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, over 2,500 owners in many, many countries around the world. I think a lot. So it's £50 a year to own a football club. You can sign up on the website. But I think, you know, a lot of the people that own Lewis are owning it because of the purpose and meaning behind it. So we not only pay the women the same as the men, we also campaign for an equal FA Cup prize, for example, which would really irrigate the women's game and give them many more resources. Because obviously what we haven't yet mentioned is why the women's game is developmentally behind the men's, which is really that massive ban that the FA Cup. So, you know, for 50 years and then for another 20 years, no extra resources were put in. So what we see now is, you know, the women's game being at a much, you know, less advanced level. So to equalise the FA Cup, which has that massive gender-based disparity, would really help women's teams up and down the country. You know, it's all very well the Lionesses winning, but what about all the clubs that people need to go and watch and that need to look after their players, you know?
Well, let's hope we see a spike feeding down the sort of food chain into the grassroots of women's football after the Lionesses' victory at the weekend. You can buy Pitch Invasion by Karen Dobé, and it's Octopus Books and is out in hardback now. Good to talk to you, Karen. Thanks very much.
Karen.
Thanks for having me.
There we are, Karen Dobé there from Lewis. Nice part of the world. You've been there?
Yeah, I've been. I've not been to the Dripping Pan. Okay. I've often wanted to go to the Dripping Pan. Maybe this is the year, Paul.
Yeah, I popped into the town. It's a nice little town.
Oh, is it?
Nice little spot. Very nice. Anyway, we're going to be chatting to a European Cup winner turned driving instructor. There's not many. I doubt if many of the recent winners of the Champions League will probably go into the world of driving instructing. I've got no idea. But anyway, we will be chatting about Luke Littler.
Come on, Luke.
Luke has failed his theory for the 5th time. The darts great. So what's going wrong? Let's see if we can get a bit of a steer from a man who's taught a number of footballers along the way. We're here with our good friends at Toolstation, delivery in as little as 30 minutes with Fast Track. Next stop, Toolstation.
$10K for Coldplay.
Now, our competition to win 10 grand and a huge VIP night out at Wembley for Coldplay ends on Monday. A chance to hear songs like this.
I love this
Not
one.
this, obviously like this. That's right, we're giving you the chance to win 6 tickets in a private box for you and your mates on August the 22nd with full hospitality. Plus, we're chucking in that 10 grand spending money completely tax-free. Here's how to enter, Charlie.
For a chance to win. I need it, Paul.
Yeah, sorry, Charlie.
For a chance. Big chat beforehand about how you'll pass it to me. Just threw it in the bin. For a chance to win, text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338 by 4th of August. That's Monday at 11 p.m. And you are in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or post your name and number to Coldplay Competition, PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2AGP, to arrive by 5 p.m. on the 7th of August, 18 plus UK, excluding Northern Ireland. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full season on talksport.com.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
That's right.
Now, a bit of bad news overnight for Luke Littler fans. He has failed his driving test once again. The theory's doing for him 5 tests. The other thing I thought was, doesn't it take ages to get a driving test at the moment? He seems to be having one every week.
Not the theory. You can book him for the theory as many times as you like.
But if you, oh, look, let's ask an expert.
Yeah, why not?
There's not often we can turn a man that was part of a European Cup winning team and also a driving instructor.
Oh, yeah.
That's Pat Hurd, of course. Good afternoon, Pat.
Hello, Pat.
Hello, Paul and Charlie. I'm fine, thank you.
Good, that's good
Pat
news.
was part of the Villa side, of course, the infamous Villa side in '82. And you were probably one of the unluckiest substitutes of all time, Pat, weren't you? Because one of the most famous substitutions in the club's history came in that game with Nigel Spink for Jimmy Rimmer. And that was you not being able to get on because there was only one sub allowed then, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, I actually roomed with Nigel a couple of days before the game and obviously the day of the game. And we talked in the room about what will happen in the game. And Spinks said to me, well, you're more likely to get on than I am. He said, you can play left back, left midfield, centre back. He can throw you on anyway. He said, I've only got a goalkeeper position. I'm not going to get on. And then as it turned out, he was the one who went on and... had that fantastic game.
Yeah, but I'm sure you still treasure the medal, just being part of the team.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, the club at the moment are fantastic with the former players. We go down there every week and we host rooms and stuff, and it's a really, really nice place to go to now, is Aston Villa. And we bump into Spinksy and Des and Tony Morley, and they all still go down there. It's fantastic.
Brilliant. Now I think we have spoken before, Pat, because I think were you giving
Barry
young
Bannon.
Yeah, Barry. You got Barry for his driving. I mean, look at Barry now. I mean, there he is in his, with respect, in his dotage. Another of your old clubs that's really going through the mill at the moment, Sheffield Wednesday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we spoke about Barry getting through his test. So Luke Littler, 5 tests he's now taken, and the theory he is coming up short on.
Until you pass your theory, you can't do your practical.
Oh, I see. Is that the way it works?
That's how it works. You're not allowed to do it.
We're of a vintage, Pat, when I would finish my driving test and the instructor would get the highway code out and say, what does that sign mean? What does that sign mean? What should you do there? And he'd say, well done, you've passed. So, I mean, it was a lot simpler then. It's a lot different now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as you say, when I passed my test, in 1977 in Bootle in Liverpool, and I had 3 tests. It took me 3 tests, actually, to pass.
Don't put that on your business card.
Absolutely ruined it.
Don't put that on your business card.
3rd time lucky with me, Pat Hurd.
Well, I had 3 driving tests in actually a week.
Wow.
No, you can't get 3 driving tests in 3 years.
No. Wow,
so that's the other problem that he's got. Once he passes his theory, which he will do, he'll pass it in the end.
Yeah.
He's got a massive wait then for his driving test. So he's got time to, the thing is, your theory only lasts 2 years. So if you only have 1 test and then you've got to wait another 6 months for another test, then you've got to reset your theory again. It's awful at the moment. It is bad at the minute.
He's put the
country, by the way.
Well, he's put the pressure on him because you're right. So it means if he does go into that driving test after it, but he's used to pressure, isn't he? He's won the world championship. But
that's what I can't understand.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so. I'm thinking, what did you fail the first 2 on, Pat? Can you remember?
Do you know what it was? It was in 77. There was no cars on the road, and I had a little Vauxhall Viva, which I used to drive around Liverpool, which I shouldn't have done really, but I used to. And,
it's getting better, isn't it?
And no insurance, nothing.
It's like a stock car. All the doors were welded up.
Like a clown car.
I had the spare receipts and the dice, and I had everything from Bootle Market.
Wow.
And I actually drove myself to the test centre.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not a good thing to do, is it? And
no.
Different times, I think. Different times. Yeah.
Please don't put this out on air, will you?
Too late for that, Pat. Sorry. You're all right.
Carry on, Pat.
I think that's
dig yourself a deeper hole, Pat.
We just had the Bootle CID on the phone. Yeah.
The good news was Nigel Spinks did pass that week.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I finally went in a proper car, shall we say, and I passed. But
that's good.
I do love my job. It's one of the best jobs because you take somebody who jumps in the car, but they are changing. The students are changing because you ask them in the car, do you know how to drive? Have you got a fair idea about pedals? Because I do manual, I don't do automatic.
Right.
And I'll say, I've been watching it on TikTok.
Yeah.
What? So everybody watches TikTok and they learn to drive through TikTok now. That's maybe why.
All the you can do all the routes. You can do all the test routes online.
We've got to go to the races, Pat. But an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
That was great,
hopefully, a little bit of guidance there for Luke the Nuke. But Pat, thank you very much. All the best.
Pat.
Yes, thanks, lads. To that.
And still an active driving instructor. Well, until the DVLA called him.
Turned up in a car that was his. Shouldn't have been driving. Smashing.
Yes. Now, there may be a little bit of a doubt over our next race and the timing of it. I see the horses are on parade. But anyway, we'll get back to Rupert and Lizzie very, very shortly. And we're going to get a full-time update from the football. Did Tottenham see it out? They were 1-0 up last time we spoke to the Moose.
The Frank era.
We'll find out in a moment.
Thanks, Harry.
Sorry, you're on air. You're on air,
Doing
Charlie.
a show, are we?
Thanks, Erin.
Thanks,
You're getting him a
Erin.
cup of
Just
tea.
making a cup of tea.
Let's cross now to the Packermack twins.
Lucky I wasn't going, yes, get me one.
Just seen some pictures of it. Look like an old couple in a Morris Minor. They've got both got those see-through Packermacks on. Rupert driving at 26 mile an hour. Pat Hurd overtaking the Vauxhall Viva that he hasn't passed his test. Anyway, the sight. Honestly, you don't look very glorious, Goodwood, either of you.
Yeah.
Uncle Tom and Auntie Mary.
Can I just say, I feel like I'm not actually in a poncho, I'm in something else.
Yeah.
Just a very large one. And it's just, I feel, I have never commentated in a poncho before.
No.
Lizzie and I are huddled under an umbrella. My trousers are soaked through. We've got 3 inches of water in our commentary position.
Yes.
Their fee's gone up now to the bosses by about £1,000. This is going to be the most expensive race covered on talkSPORT, given our fee.
Lizzie's making it look glam. You look a bit like Marty Feldman in Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was going to say a lumpa. When he's doing Mike TV.
Oh dear.
Well, it
yes.
is, and my trousers are soaked through.
Oh,
I've got a
dear.
wet bottom.
Oh dear.
And
old
luckily
soul.
but the jockeys have got it worse. And Lizzie, jump jockey is, was saying, oh, the flat boys, they're not used to this. She is. You're in awe now, aren't you?
No, I just think fair play, because the flat boys, they don't like getting their feet wet, but they are out in actually thunder and lightning, so fair play to them.
Okay,
we have a small field, a small select field. Who do you fancy in this one, Lizzie?
Well, I got to stick with Merchant. He's a horse I tipped at Royal Ascot, and he won well on that occasion.
Hello. I think they're off. Because I think what they've done a flag start, so we're off and running. So because they didn't use the stalls, it took us all by surprise, but they're off and running. And into the lead is Rahieb has gone into the lead. On the outside of that one is Too Soon, who's taken him along in this driving rain. The back marker is a held Windlord, is yet to settle, and Merchant, and that was certainly took us all by surprise. Maybe they felt that, maybe the electrics weren't working with the stalls, but uphill they go, and it is Too Soon who leads from Galveston Dinadan, who's in second. Then it's Rahieb. The back marker is Windlord. Also towards the rear is Merchant and also Galveston. They are just detached from the first 4, and they are actually going at a decent enough clip up this hill here, Lizzie.
Yeah, Merchant not in his usual front-running position, but Tom Marquand trying to make up a little bit of ground, bridge the gap to Wimbledon Hawkeye.
Well, Too Soon, though, with Tom Quealy, but the outsider is leading. From Sedinadan and Ross Orion just sitting in second as this driving rain continues to fall here on a not-so-glorious Goodwood. They're bunching up now, and Too Soon just has it. Then it's Sedinadan. On the inside of that one is Rahieb. Also, Wimbledon Hawkeye is in about 4th spot. Then it's Merchant and Tom Marquand. On the inside of that one is Galveston and Ryan Moore, and the back marker is Oisin Murphy on Windlord. And they reach the rising ground, and they'll be making the turn down towards the home straight here in this dreadful conditions. Too Soon leads from Sedinadan. Then it's Rahieb and Wimbledon Hawkeye. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 as they start to splosh up the ground here. It is really cutting up after that torrential downpour. We've had rain for the last 45 minutes, and it's been torrential, but Too Soon still leads. They're ganging up behind, starting to try and pick up his Merchant. Is trying to get to the leading horse, Wimbledon Hawkeye. This is going to be a slog, and as is traditional in wet weather, they come up the stand side here with 2.5 furlongs to go. Wimbledon Hawkeye may just have it. Merchant trying to pick up Sedinadan, also trying to get back into Rahieb. Galveston race appears to have been run on Windlord. It's got a lot of ground to make up, but Wimbledon Hawkeye just has the advantage. Jockey getting to work on Wimbledon Hawkeye. Merchant is the other one trying to get to the leader as they come inside the distance. Wimbledon Hawkeye and Merchant. It's between these two. Wimbledon Hawkeye being resolute. Merchant trying. Wimbledon Hawkeye just holding on, but Merchant's rallying on the far side. Merchant, will he get there in time? It's going to be close. I think it's Merchant has done it. For the second time today, Tom Marquand might have timed it. Well, he's come through and grabbed it just on the final stages. The jockeys soaked to their skins, but somehow Merchant ploughed his way through. I think to... Oh, no, I don't want to... I've jumped the gun there, Lizzie, haven't I?
That's bloomin' close. That's bloomin' close.
So, Wimbledon Hawkeye, but that was a slog in that final stages. They were ploughing through the rain-softened ground there.
Yeah.
Really gutsy effort from Wimbledon Hawkeye trying to steal the race, but you've got to give credit to Merchant.
To come from that far back as well in ground like that. He's been asked a lot there.
Merchant was a 6-5 favourite. Wimbledon Hawkeye at 15-2. So we're just... And the result coming... Merchant has grabbed it. Declan, the producer, is very happy. He's got a nice double coming up. He can buy me a new set of trousers, if possible, after the double.
Or a pair of Wellingtons, please.
Well, I don't know what I need, but galoshes, you name it. But Merchant has really shown a likeable turn of... Lizzie's lost the plot here. Don't give birth yet.
I've had to roll my trousers up. I look like a pirate.
And your shoes have taken a pounding too, haven't they?
I'm just wearing sort of Birkenstock clogs, and they're absolutely soaked.
Yeah. And my suede shoes are ruined.
Wow.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
We were caught. We weren't expecting that flag start.
That's
but,
okay, Rupert. We have an element of trust involved here, because I never got around to asking you who you were going to tip in that race. Who were you going to tip, Rupert?
I was going to tip Wimbledon Hawkeye.
Okay.
Second.
And Declan knows that's what I said, so the
we
producer
trust you,
will vouch for that.
So you get
what
two.
Can you come with?
Merchant.
So at the moment, you get 3 points for winning the race, 2 for coming second, 1 for third. And at the moment, Lizzie has 7 points, Rupert, and you have 4. But with 2 races to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
at least it's better than yesterday, where neither of us had what did we have, a point each?
Well,
it wasn't a great turnout yesterday.
It's still raining. Any chance we can get undercover?
Yeah, you get undercover. We'll see you later.
You boy.
Go for it. Here we are, Rupert and Lizzie getting undercover.
What day is it?
Just before we talk a bit of Rugby League, bit of Super League, let's check in with the Moose. Have the mighty Spurs inflicted a major psychological blow on their North London neighbours, Ian Labourhams?
Who?
Ian Abrahams. Apparently, I'm changing it by D. Paul. I've dropped the R.
The Moose. That's what they call him, the Moose.
Yes.
That'll be on Clips of the Week. The first North London derby ever to be played outside of England has gone to Spurs. It finished Arsenal 0, Spurs 1. The meaningful moment came right on half-time when David Raya, way outside his penalty area, played a pass to Miles Lewis-Skelly, who was robbed of the ball by Pat Sarr, and from inside the centre circle, he lobbed Raya, who was way out of his ground, and scored the only goal of the game. The second half belonged entirely to Arsenal. Spurs with a back line that was, well, parking the bus doesn't come close to it, really, but they managed to hold on. They did hit the post 3 times in the first half, though, Spurs, to be fair. Son got on for a quarter of an hour. James Maddison for 6 minutes. We saw Victor Gyökeres with a cameo performance as well. Trossard went off with a groin injury. That's bad news as well for Mikel Arteta, whose side suffered their first defeat in pre-season. It finished in Hong Kong. Arsenal 0, Tottenham 1.
Wow. What about that? That's not a result I was
been
expecting.
The problem. Don't play the North London derby in North London.
Yeah, that's what
Spurs will win.
That's what's done for us on many occasions. Anyway, we are going to turn, as we always do around this time, to Super League. And Warrington Wolves are in action against Lee Leopards tomorrow. And joining us now from Warrington Wolves is Ben Curry. Good afternoon, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Not so bad. We're getting to the business end, aren't we? Was it 8 games left now? Yeah. And you're sort of pushing for playoff places. So this is a big one for you, really, especially after last time out to cash your loss. So you want to get a result in this one.
Yeah, so far this year we've played the Leopards twice. Once in the league where they narrowly got the win. And we managed to beat them in the semi-final to get us to Wembley. So this could be a decider. But personally for us, it's been we've not performed to our standard as such. We're just outside the playoff spot, so it's a big game for us to try and climb that table.
You're not a million miles off, are you, looking at it now? I mean, what are you, you're 4 points behind Wakefield, so look, yeah. It's doable with 8 games, but as you said, you've got to get some consistency, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, first thing we can do is look at our own performance and how we can get better. But unfortunately, secondly, we've got to rely on some fixtures going our way as well. Our last time out, we played Cass away, and we come away with a loss there. So that didn't help our chances, but we've got to look at ourselves now and how we can get better. I'd say kick on, hopefully, and squeeze into that sixth spot would be nice.
Yeah. Over a decade at Warrington, you've had a few injuries in your career, Ben. How do you feel getting to this crunch end of the season?
Yeah, physically, my body actually feels great. Obviously, I'm one of the senior boys now on the team. Had a few nasty ACL injuries back-to-back a few years ago now, but looking back, it's probably around 6 years ago now, and touch wood, I've been pretty injury-free since. So personally for me, I feel good. Body feels good. Going into his last 8 games of the year.
And you notched up 300 games for the club, didn't you, recently? Over nearly.
Yeah, it's not a bad little milestone to reach.
Yeah.
Obviously, at the time, it's great, but it's one, once I finish my career, look back at it with my kids and my family, that'll be a real achievement for me. But like I say, I'm hoping 400, maybe even 500 still yet. So my body feels good, but let's see how many I can rock up.
Who's your toughest opponent in those 300 games?
Individually or team?
Either. Both. Let's go for both, Ben.
Both, yeah. I've had a lot of rivals against Wigan Warriors over the years. Obviously, I grew up kind of on that side in Wigan as well. I actually grew up a Wigan supporter, but things have changed now over the years. But a lot of my friends and that are still Wigan fans, so whenever we do play them, usually get a lot of stick, and it's usually from my friends in the crowd as well, though.
Yeah. You probably see a bit, you've been there long enough to see a fair bit of our friend and colleague Stuart Pearce, who's a big Wire fan, isn't he? He's a regular, a regular at games.
Yeah, he's a great guy as well, but the commitment he makes sometimes to travel up from obviously down south to get to our games on a Friday night in that traffic is unbelievable. Obviously, we get to catch up a few times. He's been to change rooms with the lads a handful of times after games as well, and we managed to see him over in Vegas this year. We met him over there when we played the start of the season. So he's a great guy. Obviously, I've come across him a few times in my time at the Wolves so far. Long may it continue.
I think he would have been a good rugby league player, Stu, don't you? I think he would have been a pretty
He's got that side of him.
Yeah,
good in the dressing room.
A fearsome opponent once he got head of steam up. I think he would have been fantastic. So you were also part of Sean Wayne's little get-together a while back.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't you?
Yeah.
England, chat.
Yeah, he's been trying to get us together a handful of times. Obviously, this one was made more public, I think, with the players he has picked. Obviously, it's still a big group of 30, 40 players still. He's got to narrow it down to 24, I think, for the end of the year. So I know our team personally at Warrington not performed how we want to, but we've definitely got a few individuals fighting to get in that squad as well.
Yeah, we had him on, and he said he wanted it to be tough. He wanted that meet-up to be tough.
It was very interesting because Sean's the England coach, and we've got the Ashes coming up later this year, and there was a big get-together, as Ben just said, for a whole bunch of players. But Sean was telling us he was, it wasn't just a jolly.
No.
And some of the other boys who've gone, who we've been speaking to in this slot, have said, "Oh yeah, like he sort of laid the law down a bit." He wants to see the kind of commitment going into those games, that everybody's battle hardened, and he wants to see it from everybody at club level, which is understandable, I suppose.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like I said, we've met up a few times before, and it might have been a bit more casual, just showing a bit of footage, a bit of chat, a bit of get together. But this one, it gave us a bit of a rollicking, to be honest with you. It wasn't pleasant for a lot of players, and it made you sit on the edge of your seat a bit nervous in case he called you out. But he just wants the best of all his players. Obviously, I've played under him a few times now.
Yeah.
When you're in the England camp at the end of the year, he kind of changes slightly as a person. He's a great coach, a great motivational coach as well. But I think at this point, he just wants us to lift it. Obviously, we're at the business end of the year now. And like you said, the Ashes around the corner, so I think he just wants the standard just to go up a few notches.
Yeah, well, we're all looking forward to the Ashes later on this year.
Yeah.
So, look, good to speak to you, Ben. All the best for the rest of the season. Good luck against
Ben.
Lee.
Good luck.
Thanks very much.
It's been a pleasure, fellas. Thank you.
Take care. Ben Curry there, second row at Warrington Wolves. We're going to bring you Salford. I've written it down on a piece of paper.
You wrote it down, Paul.
I did write it down.
Salford Hull. Paper away.
Or is it Hull KR? It's Hull KR. I don't want to get that wrong. Adrian will go nuts.
They don't mind that, Paul. Just mix it.
No, they'll go, they don't mind that. Salford Hull KR, we're going to bring you that one on talkSPORT, and that one is tomorrow evening as well. It's is that tonight or tomorrow? It's tonight, isn't it? Salford Red Devils Hull KR. Yeah, that one's tonight here on talkSPORT 2. It's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Still to come, the man who finally got a hole-in-one, age 90. It's worth waiting for.
Yeah,
like that, I would imagine.
Done,
we'll be chatting to him. And later on, we'll have a birthday spread for you too. We're here with Toolstation, delivering as little as 30 minutes for Fast Track. Next up, Toolstation.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Just before we talk racing, they will be back out at the Oval to resume at 3 o'clock, England and India, which is good news. We'll be back to Sam Allard once they get underway, but it is day 3 of glorious Goodwood. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. They've had a biblical deluge. Everybody wet through, and we could see the course really cutting up in that last race, which they actually couldn't start in the stalls. So let's get all the latest news and odds from Joe Logue from Paddy Power. Don't know if you've seen the pictures, Joe. It looked pretty nuts, didn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It came out of nowhere. When they're going to the stalls for the second race, you could see the black clouds overhead. It looked kind of grim, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what's it like? Is it sort of cracking the flags at Galway? Is it nice over there? What's the weather
it's
like?
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. And usually the west of Ireland's quite rainy, so it's like we're watching the weather in reverse here. Usually it's the other way around this
Glorious
week.
Galway.
Glorious, that's it. That's well, it still works.
Exactly.
So what about the rest of the day then, racing-wise?
Yeah, before we go on the rest of the day, we had 150 to 1 winner of our feature race of the week, the Sussex Stakes yesterday, which is a huge shock to see Field of Gold beaten. He was 4 to 11 favourite. He's been found to be lame this morning, so favourite backers will be a bit annoyed if you did back him, but the horse did have issues that they found in the morning, so hopefully he gets better soon and we see him on a race course.
Indeed.
Like you said, the rain is kind of came and Merchant was really impressive in the last race. He was a strong favourite in that for us. And after kind of a rough 2 days at Goodwood and some funny results at Galway, punters are kind of getting their head in front. We had a favourite winning the first. Merchant was really well back favourite. He's now 10 to 1 for the Ledger, and we have the Nassau Stakes coming up at 3:05. A really strong favourite in that again, and that's Whirl. She's around 5 to 4 at the moment with ourselves. She was impressive when she won the Pretty Polly Stakes, the Curragh last time out when beating Kalpana, and Kalpana ran at the weekend, and she was a really good second to world-class performer Caladigan. He's actually trained in France, but that form looks really strong. Kalpana has been really well backed for the Arc de Triomphe in Longchamp in France at the end of the season. That's the richest race in Europe, so that form looks really good. I wonder if Whirl will get favourite backers off to an even better start today, because they definitely do deserve it after funny results at the start. But when we're looking at glorious Galway, I suppose we're calling it now, isn't it? This is the second biggest race of the week. The Galway Plate was on last night. Gordon Elliott and Danny Gilligan teamed up to win it. That was with Western Fold, and that stable currently have a really interesting horse in it. There's been a team over the last couple of years where these young unexposed horses are coming into the Galway Hurdle. It's a huge prize fund. I think it's about 270,000 to the winner. But in Dowie is currently about 13 to 2 with ourselves. He ran a cracker last time out when last seen at Cheltenham in March. He was second to a horse of Willie Mullins called Cargeese, who now in hindsight looking back was extremely well handicapped. He's up £5 for that run. But County Hurdle in Cheltenham, that is the mecca of racing, and look, that's a really competitive race. Galway's really competitive, but it's a little bit easier for him, so I'd be hoping with that Cheltenham form under his belt he can go very close. He's actually the strongest fancy today. That's in Dowie in the Galway Hurdle tonight at Galway.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joe, as always.
Cheers, Joe.
Brilliant, Naz. Talk to you tomorrow. All the best.
Joe Logue from Paddy Power there. And remember, if you want to keep up with all the latest racing news, Paddy Power from the Horse's Mouth podcast is available every week, and you can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18 plus, BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18+, begambleaware.org.
Jamie O'Hara's chomping at the bit. He's going to be on the Sports Bar tonight with Bayoak and Fenwa. And he's giving it the Has Anyone Seen treatment. Arsene Wenger, Lundberg, Merson, Henry, Gunnosaurus. So
fantastic.
Jamie will be back at 10. He'll be bouncing off the walls. Anyway, in case you missed it, Tottenham beat Arsenal over, and they won.
They won a trophy.
The magic of the Hal Herbaghi Trophy, the Herbalgi Trophy.
Oh yeah, I love that.
You're a big fan.
I love Herbaghi.
Yeah,
I love
Tijuana
Taste
Taxi.
of Honey. I like
that was a good song.
Taste of Honey.
Yeah,
they're all good.
We love Herbalgi. Yeah,
and you're going to need a bigger trophy cabinet.
I think we are. We're going to need a trophy cabinet. Yeah. So
bigger one.
Now they got the new Amazon documentary built in Birmingham, and I saw Tom Gibson, the Telegraph, just now. He's watched it. I saw him tweeting saying it's really good.
Yeah,
better than many of things in this genre.
Yeah.
Said it's funny, and Tom Brady is really compelling watch.
Yeah.
So it sounds very, very good.
We had your man from Peaky Blinders on, didn't we?
We did. Stephen Knight. Who's the exec producer. But built in Birmingham, Brady and the Blues. We spoke to Troy Deeney on Monday, and he was just about to go off and chat to Tom Brady, the NFL legend, of course, who was a minority owner of Birmingham City. And, Troy didn't mess about. He asked about the appointment of Wayne Rooney at the club and where it went wrong.
Well, at different times, you always want to give people opportunities to succeed. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Wayne and what he accomplished. He's one of the greatest players that's ever been on a pitch. And at the same time, I have very high expectations for what leadership looks like. And I really felt like in the time that I had that, we have to give everything we can to the players in terms of our time and energy and our commitment to seeing them succeed. Mm-hmm. And we found that in Chris in our second season, who's done an incredible job as manager. He's been a great leader for the organization. And I'm very excited to see how he continues to build on what he's already accomplished last season going into the new year, because the reality is this year is very different. And 2 years ago was very different from last year. This year is going to be very different from last year. And the work to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish is all about what you're doing today, not about what you did 2 years ago or 5 years ago. It's about what you do today and moving forward every single day.
Yeah. Not particularly a glowing reference for Wayne.
And work harder.
I mean, look, he doesn't need to do anything for the rest of his life, but he clearly wants to manage.
Yeah.
He wants to be involved in football, and that's not great for the CV. So I would imagine he'll come back on that, and he'll probably give his side of the story.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Very good from Troy to get that out of Tom Brady. Very good.
Absolutely.
You can head over to talksport.com. You can hear the full interview between Troy Deeney and Tom Brady, and that's available now. So we'll head back to the guys, just to let you know they're going to be back out at the Oval in around 5 minutes' time to get back underway in that fifth and final test. Been quite badly rain affected this morning, so we look forward to getting them back out there. 72-2 India currently. England won the toss again. The odds on that are ludicrous. I mean,
is it 15, 16 times in a row? I
think so.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So anyway, the play's going to restart at 3 o'clock, and we'll be back to Sam Millard. In the meantime, Charlie, we had any emails or texts? We had a few bits and pieces come in. We asked about it leaked in your bag.
Yeah, Simon in Barrow. Not really leaking in my bag.
Oh, okay.
But when I was a kid,
why have you sent it in then?
I know it's not what's been asked for. Earning a few bob waiting in our local pub.
Yeah.
Served a rather well-dressed couple off to Cartmel races.
Oh, I've been there. It's lovely. Very picturesque.
Awkward table to navigate, and I failed completely by pouring a full bowl of minestrone into the lady's handbag.
Did you tell her, or did she go home with it like
Ruined her day, apparently. Well done, Simon.
Ruined her handbag, I would imagine.
Yes, and also, what else have we had in someone's handbag? I didn't know we were coming to this, so that's why
we don't have. Sorry, Charlie.
Not got it lined up, Paul. Apparently, we need to check out. We were talking about the brass bands earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Paul. We need to check out Chav Brass.
Oh, Chav Brass.
On YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, they
play slightly different
They do well in Saddleworth every year. They are massive.
It's known for its distinctive Chav persona, say AI overview.
Yeah, Big Kev says, what leaked into my cycle pannier bag was a bottle of witch hazel antiseptic.
Oh, no, you're never going to get the smell
You never
of
get
that
it out.
No.
Despite putting the bag in the washing machine several times, 3 years later, the bag still reeks. of witch hazel antiseptic. Thank you, Kev.
Well, it leaked in my bag is part of our...
pot of Muller rice. Muller rice. A pot of Muller rice leaked in my bag and subsequently all over my work laptop.
Nice.
The IT guy was not pleased.
Thing is, what happens then? You don't put it in rice because it's already been been in rice, isn't it?
Maybe put it in a box of iPhones.
Double rice is no good, is it? Anyway, maybe Arsenal could have done with double rice today in their 1-0 defeat. Their 1-0 defeat to Spurs. All I'm saying. It's poor.
Really into it.
Poor.
I don't know. We've not had very many reports. Is it because the producer is an Arsenal fan? There's been not a lot. We haven't guested that up or anything.
Often in a situation, he say, "Let's take plenty of calls on that Arsenal win." George Graham on line 3.
We're taking calls on the Spurs win.
Get Perry Groves back. Not a word of that. Doesn't want to know. It's like it didn't happen. Didn't it? Psychologically, it's messed with their heads. And York came on. He'll be
all over it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be a broken man.
Yeah, Arteta out.
I think he was in tears.
Will he make the season?
Tears at the end.
If we were doing the proper show, Paul,
could be a game changer.
Like all the other shows. Will Arteta make the season?
Yeah.
Will he make the start of the season?
That's where AI get in front of us. Anyway, still to come. Racing. Next, hopefully, because the rain's been torrential. But we will bring you the next race live from glorious Goodwood.
And they're walking out in the cricket as well, so that's good.
In a few moments' time.
Alexander Isak is training alone at his former club Real Sociedad amid uncertainty over his Newcastle future. He's apparently recovering from a minor thigh injury that the club says has kept him from travelling for their pre-season tour. It says talk of a Liverpool move has ramped up in recent days. talkSPORT's Alan Pardew reckons this will test the mettle of Eddie Howe.
These are the tests you get as a Premier League manager, wherever you're at the top of the league, in the middle or at the bottom. You're going to get tests, and Eddie's getting tested here by one of his main player. He's not going to get anyone who can do those numbers that Isaac can do. So, you know, you're going to have to spread it around.
Meanwhile, Benjamin Šeško seemingly on his way to England. Does he choose northeast or northwest? Well, we understand Newcastle do fear a Manchester United hijack for the striker, and talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook says it does feel a little last chance saloon.
Benjamin Šeško is the last cab off the rank, isn't he, with Victor Osimhen off to Galatasaray, Ekitike to Liverpool. Number 9s are in short demands. We've spoken about Victor Gyökeres has obviously gone.
Meanwhile, Johan Wissa did arrive at Brentford's training ground this morning, but it's understood he won't train as he's frustrated at talks over his future. For all the latest transfer lines, head to our live blog at talksport.com. Elsewhere, Sheffield Wednesday have confirmed Hendrik Pedersen as their new manager. Earlier this week, the club confirmed the departure of Danny Röhl via mutual decision. And Scotland's Blair Kinghorn has been named in the Lions team for this weekend's third and final test against Australia. James Ryan's also in as James Lowe and Ollie Chesham drop out. The question everyone is wondering is, can the Wallabies stop a Lions whitewash? Well, former England and Australia head coach Eddie Jones says they'll be testing their emotional resilience.
I think the third game of a
Good afternoon, it's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. Ben Stokes joins us a little bit later on after a fashion. We'll have a birthday spread for you, and the rain has been, as we were just saying earlier on, quite biblical at glorious Goodwood. But we're still going to bring you 2 more live commentaries this afternoon, so let's head back there now to hopefully a rapidly drying out Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly. Guys, has it stopped raining yet?
No, our poncho's still on. It's sort of trying to stop, but it's not been much fun. It's, to be brutally honest, life is about new experiences, but I could have done without this one.
I think you've gone underprepared, Rupert, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you think you should have...
You don't see more, wax jackets anywhere than at racing, and you're there in a plastic poncho, $1.99 poncho. Like you're going to Niagara Falls and you forgot the jacket.
Well, isn't it festival wear?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it sort of a poncho? Isn't it? Lizzie, you must have worn one of these things before.
Why? No, I'm not a festival goer. That's not my vibe.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, it's been better here, but the ground is officially heavy.
Right, okay. Yeah. I was going
to say,
well, will we see any horses, especially I'd see in the 345, it's quite a big field. Will we see horses being pulled out of the race because of the change in the going now?
3 are being pulled out of that. That's right. Number, which is a relief for me, but I think it is the man is out, number 2, and number 9 and 10 are out of the 345. So that will reduce it to a field of 13. So for the sprint race, because some horses just won't act on it. And you saw in the last race, they were finished. It was a slog. And this race is over 10 furlongs, so it's going to, it might have an impact on the result. So don't be surprised to see, not like yesterday, but something of a bit of an upset with World, the 5-4 favourite. But it still could be, these horses might not relish the very changeable conditions.
Yeah. We've got a bit of news from the world of football. And that is involving Lucas Paquetá of West Ham. He has been cleared of misconduct charges. I mean, we saw last season they were clearly affecting him, leaving the pitch in tears. This case has been hanging over his head for some time, but he has been cleared of all misconduct charges. So it's good news for him, good news for West Ham, although there have been links with him heading back home to Brazil. But there we are, there's a little bit of breaking news, and we'll have more reaction to that, of course, and find out more as the afternoon unfolds.
So what tips have you got? What are your horses in this race coming up now?
I think See the Fire is interesting now. She's a really lovely filly. She's 4 years old, so she's a bit bit bigger and stronger than Whirl. She's got some fantastic form. She was second in this last year, but more recently she won the Middleton Filly Stake, which is over a mile too. At York, she was also an honourable third against the boys in the Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot. She's got a little bit more weight to carry than Whirl, who gets a weight allowance of £9 against See the Fire, which is obviously in this ground very important as well. But yeah, I quite like See the Fire. Whirl she's not a very big filly. She might find this ground a bit testing for her.
So See the Fire for Lizzie. And Rupert, what about you?
Well, I'm going to go for Cerne, who is around about a 10-1 chance. Won at Royal Ascot, but is up in trip. So I may be, with the heavy ground, there may be question marks about her stamina. But that was my selection at the start of the day, and I'm going to stick to it. But this will be a funny race, I think, with this change of ground in terms of how it will be run. Okay, there are two from Aidan O'Brien's yard, Bedtime Story and Whirl. Will we see some pace-making tactics? But if we do, from Bedtime Story, potentially, who's got some decent form, will that then, open up the way for maybe potentially a more surprising result? But only 4-1 Bedtime Story, so you could make a case for all of them, including Running Lion, who is the outsider, who on her day is a pretty decent performer.
Are you expecting him to go off? He did that on purpose, didn't he? Performer. That's how he sends his invoices.
Sadly, I didn't actually.
Come on.
See, well, Charlie, I just know that it just makes your day.
Actually, someone texted me in the week, have you been for a curry this week? Because they know you like one particular side dish.
Oh, what's it? Rupert, has he got a signature side dish?
Which side dishes do you like when you go for a curry, Rupert?
Well, I'm a garlic naan man.
Oh, yeah. And anything else? With the pickle tray?
Well, when I was at Portrush, we were eating radioactive curry, because it seemed to be, that colour.
Okay, yeah.
Plenty of food colouring, the type.
But with the pickle tray and everything. What are those big crisps called? I can't remember what they're called.
What are they called?
Promptums.
Oh,
is that what they're called?
Yeah. Prompty-tomps, that's it, yeah. Hello, Prompty-tomps, how are you? Are they...
Anyway, I got stood up by Lizzie last night. She said, so it's Declan and I just had to go giggling squid on our own.
Okay.
But we still managed to make sure we
should point out that's
ran up a decent enough bill.
That's a restaurant, not a euphemism. So, where
I feel like I'm wearing a giggling squid.
Are they going to go out from the stalls, you think? This race is running quite late, hence the fluffing we're doing now. So
so they've got the stalls out at the start,
right?
And I would say we've not seen any lightning in a while.
Okay.
So perhaps they will. I mean, I'd like to hope that if they don't use the stalls, it will be a little bit more organised than last time, where it kind of looked like they were sending them home just to abandon the race. But actually, it turned out that the race was starting. So hopefully, it's a bit more organised either way.
And there was lightning around, and they probably took the decision that you cannot. From a safety point of view, the last thing you need is horses and jockeys in stalls when there's lightning around. That seems to have passed through. There is, as I say, it's still raining. I don't think they'll hang around. They'll want to get these horses off and racing pretty quickly. And there's only 5 to load. And it looks as if they are planning to put them in the stalls, I think. Would you agree?
I'm on Bedtime Story. Right. Can you talk us through that? No, I wasn't a joke. I was you to tell me about the horse.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a joke.
I wasn't giving one once upon a time.
For once he was serious.
Oh, was he? Oh, right.
It's gone in at 4-1. The minute you said that, it went from 9-2 to 4-1. They know you know your stuff, Charlie.
Yeah, I know my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose he's got as chance as any, and has run well on soft ground. So that just might be now.
And is a Frankel as well, so that normally. Oh, crikey, that was a big thunder. And Frankel's known to stay, so obviously there are quite a few National Hunt Frankels actually. Frankel has managed to bridge the gap between having decent flat progeny and decent jump progeny as well.
I'm sorry, we are having to try and Phil, because there was a man on a walkie-talkie there probably saying,
shaking his head,
saying, what are we doing here? So bear with us.
Okay, because of the sorry,
probably listening to this.
Yeah, he probably is. He took it into 4-1. It's gone back out to 9-2 again. So
I'm going to have some more Whispering Angel just to improve the quality of the commentary.
That'll help.
He'll see the bottle off as he's not commentating.
No shoes.
Yeah, you are
Whispering
listening to talkSPORT, and we're awaiting the 3:05. But there's been very bad rain and threats of thunder and lightning, which is causing issues
I think
at
it
the
looks
start.
like a flag start.
I think they're going for a flag start now.
Okay.
Yes, definitely, it's a flag start. So they will just get them into some sort of line and say, off you go, chaps. With a bit more dignity, bit more authority than that, but just trying to get them into a semblance of the line. See the Fire.
See the Fire's decided she doesn't really want to do a flag start.
And it is stair rods here. So it's not very pleasant. A stern-faced Ryan Moore. Flag is raised.
Here we go.
So we're off and running. And that's a rather straggling start. See the Fire was a little slowly into her stride, and so was Bedtime Story. But they've almost gone into Indian file, with Whirl actually going to try and dictate things from the front. A steady enough pace to begin with Running Lion in second. On the inside, the Royal Ascot winner Cézanne, and then it is See the Fire, and the back marker is Bedtime Story. But a reasonable pace already being set by Ryan Moore. They're going downhill a little bit to begin with, then they'll hit some rising ground and expect the pace to slow then, but Whirl is out in front by a couple of lengths from the 5-year-old Running Lion by, as I say, a length and a half up on Cézanne, and on the inside of her is See the Fire, and the back marker is Bedtime Story. Now they're going to hit some rising ground, so the pace may slacken at this stage. So Whirl and Ryan Moore into the driving rain, it going to the rising ground, and then they'll bear right-handed at this stage, but conditions pretty wretched, ground heavy, so it will be a test for Whirl to try and control things from the front. But she's a classy filly, but is she one that can cope with these conditions in this mile 2 race in these very testing ground that they have now here at Goodwood? Whirl out in front, Running Lion, then it is Cézanne who sits in a 3rd spot, then it is in 4th we have See the Fire and Bedtime Story. As they now start to quicken up and they come now this far side, it's going to be a slog from here on in, Lizzie.
Yeah, well, out-battled many horses. She's well able to put it up in a fight, but Running Lion trying to get a little bit closer. See the Fire still on the bridle.
Yeah, there's still 5 in it, and 5 with at the back See the Fire, but Bedtime Story may just be feeling the heat at this stage, because Whirl and Ryan Moore driving out in front. Cézanne on this near side is challenging. Running Lion may just be weakening, but Whirl is proving really tough in these testing conditions, and she's lengthened away. This is tough as she battles through the rain as Ryan Moore drives her out with half a furlong to go. Cézanne is in second with See the Fire, but it is Whirl who's controlled it from the front. That is a commendable performance given the conditions to control the race. She never faltered. She battled through the heavy ground to win in the end, very classily indeed.
Yeah, fantastic performance. What a lovely filly. Ryan Moore kept things very simple. She has out-battled all of them, stayed really, really nicely. She obviously had the benefit of the weight allowance, which probably was a big help in this heavy ground, but she is still only 3.
And she looks as if she's barely gone for a run. I mean, she has taken it all in her stride. They challenged in behind, once with half a furlong to go. The 6-5 favourite just found an extra gear to keep off Cézanne, who ran pretty bravely in defeat there, but it was Whirl who drove to victory
under Ryan Moore. Another Group 1 success for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore. They are so prolific, but Whirl, I think she can hold her head up high, because in the rain-softened ground, she did the business extremely well. Disappointing from Running Lion, and her career may be coming to an end. Her best they've seen behind her, but Whirl, plenty to look forward to with this horse.
Thank you, Rupert. Thank you, Lizzie. Back for one more race at 3:45, but we've got to squeeze a birthday spread in.
Ooh,
slightly delayed because of that race. But it's Paul Hawksbee and Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT with Tool Station, delivering as little as 30 minutes with Fast Track. Next stop, Tool Station. Just before the birthday spread, because we have a race at 4:45, let's head back to the Oval where England have taken an Indian wicket.
And it's the big wicket of the captain, Shubman Gill. India 83 for 3. Shubman Gill has been outstanding all series, but he won't want to watch this back. He's been run out for 21. Atkinson, the bowler. Shubman Gill looking to just block the ball. For some reason, he comes down for a run. He gets sent back. There was never a run on the ball. Wasn't far away from Atkinson, who picks it up, throws down to the stump. Shubman Gill nowhere near his crease. A bizarre piece of play from the India captain, Shubman Gill. Run out for 21. India 83 for 3.
Yeah, he's been pretty faultless so far, blimey. Anyway, let's get into the spread. Simple game, yeah, 10 birthdays. Andy has collated them. He's got a little gag attached to each one. Jeff Peters will keep score. The job, myself and Charlie, is to try and guess the ages of these people. Some will know, some we won't. You can play along at home, and I'm sure at half-time, which today will be at around 3:30, you'll tell us how you're getting on. A lot to squeeze in a relatively short space of time because of the live racing. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, boys. Yes, we'll try and rush on. I thought it was going to be Max today, but I'm glad it's Charlie. It's fine.
Okay, right, thanks very much. Cheers, yeah. So, good afternoon, Jeff.
Good afternoon, boys. Paul stuck on 99 wins versus Charlie, who's won 5 of the last 6.
Good
after only winning 4 of the previous 23.
Such a good player.
You're very streaky, aren't you? Very streaky. Okay, we're always accompanied by Pele and Sergio Mendes. Here they are.
Okay, it's the birthday of the UK number 7 tennis player, Harriet Dart. Harriet Dart.
Oh, here we go.
And
Return of an old favourite.
No, different variation.
Oh, okay.
I was invited to a costume party at their house.
Yeah.
It was such fun putting on fancy dress for the darts.
Oh, nice. Okay, it's not stand up if you love the darts this time. That's good.
That was last year.
Yeah, and the year before. So,
Dart.
Harriet Dart.
Harriet Dart.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
27.
I was going to say 26.
Well, she was when I started this joke. She's now 29.
Oh, okay.
and when Harriet Dart. No, wait.
No, Mrs. No.
Go on.
Here.
Wait.
We haven't got time for 10 toppers.
No. When Harriet Dart first appeared, she was obviously about 18.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, Max played this game. He guessed Harriet Dart at 78.
Well, this is why he's the worst. This is why he's the worst player of all time in this game. So, what's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 3, Charlie 2.
3-2. Okay. Good work.
Okay, it's the singer. I don't really need to say this, really. Sir Mick Jagger.
Oh, yeah.
Singer Sir Mick Jagger.
Yeah, not the plumber. He's just acquired a controlling share in the removal firm Pickford's.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the best. Nobody moves like Jagger.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to say 82, Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I met Mick Jagger last week, Paul.
You did?
In a story that will be told about 1 million times in my life.
It's a really good story, but he's saving it for the stage.
I'm saving it.
It's great. The talkSPORT audience are not worthy of this story.
They are worthy of it. They will hear it when it's about fourth hand.
Okay, right.
And I've really refined it.
How old is he?
81.
82.
Oh,
there you go.
It's not what he told me. It's not what he told me.
Charlie, you got a direct hit on Mick Jagger in 2021, but Paul gets a direct hit today.
Yeah.
It's Paul 3, Charlie 3, 3 all.
3 all. Here we go then. Birthday number 3.
Okay,
Andy, yeah.
it's the businessman and owner of Arsenal, Stan Kroenke.
Okay, he'll be a bit upset today, won't he? Stan Kroenke.
Bring it up again,
Paul.
Gutted. Yeah.
Well, it's only pre-season, but anyway. Well, it is. Who doesn't matter, does it? I'm not bitter. I couldn't care less.
Spurs are on the march, Andy.
3 hours ago, I would have agreed with you.
Oh, golly. Anyway, my kids went to school with his very short son, James.
Oh, yeah.
They called him Wee Jimmy Kroenke.
No.
Yes.
Wee Jimmy Kroenke.
How old Stan Kroenke?
I don't know how old Stan Kroenke is.
Yeah.
That's a shame, isn't it? Because it'd be really useful to know at this moment. 75.
I think you've done all right there, Charlie. He's in that envelope. He's no Harriet Dart. I'd say he's about 74.
Oh.
78.
78.
Oh, okay. There we are. Okay.
So, what's that done with the scores, Jeff?
You didn't do too badly there, Alan. Paul 4 out onto 7, Charlie 3 out onto 6.
Oh, okay.
What a ding-dong do. Good game.
Birthday number 4, here we go.
The musician from Rush, Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee.
I happened to be staying with the former United and Blackburn defender Henning Berg when Lee made a memorable speech at Henning's party. I'll never forget the Gettysburg Address.
That's good.
That's very good.
He's got to be getting on now, Geddy Lee.
Getting on?
Got to be getting on. He's got to be in his 70s. 76.
In Rush.
Yeah. Canadian.
Not so much of a rush these days.
Trio. No. We can't get around like I used to. Yeah.
Don't rush, Geddy.
Yeah.
Don't rush.
Maybe I've gone a bit
They're now
high
called
on.
Don't Rush.
76 might have been.
You've said 76.
Because you could have a fall. Don't rush because you could have a fall.
Shuffle.
I think I've gone too high. What do you think, Charlie? I'm giving you a clue there.
I don't really know, so I'm going to have to hang around with you a little bit and go 74.
72.
Yeah, you know what? I went too high. Sorry, Geddy, if you're listening. What's the chance of Geddy Lee listening to this rock?
Hey, you might love it.
Yeah. What's the scores, Jeff?
Paul 4 out onto 11, Charlie 2 out onto 8, and Rush only had one top 20 UK single. That was The Spirit of Radio in 1980.
Great
Someone
fact.
said you're like a Timu version of Andy Zoltzman, so just throwing
he's throwing it in. So there we are.
We're just getting facts from Jeff now.
Yeah, it's good.
No punchlines.
Let's go in.
Nothing new.
Let's go. Okay.
That's so bad. Anyway,
I've got a bit of
birthday number 5.
Breaking news from the world of sport. Max Verstappen has confirmed he will stay at Red Bull next season.
What a surprise.
So there we are. After all that. So here we go, Andy. Birthday number 5.
Yes, birthday number 5. It's the singer-songwriter from Travis, Fran Healy.
Oh, yeah.
Fran Healy. And Fran was playing in a testimonial cricket match for Brentford defender Ben Mee.
Oh, yeah.
But it was called off after the Heavens Open.
Yes.
He was frustrated. He said, why does it always rain on me?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Ben Mee.
Sorry. I was talking to the producer about Max Verstappen. Who was it?
It's Fran Healy from Travis.
Fran Healy from Travis, yeah. Go on, then. It's you.
It's because he lied when he was 17. Now,
That's
if we
right.
knew when he was 17, we could work forward from there
that's true.
and work out
In his lying
how
days.
old he is.
What do you think? Anyway, what do you think?
40.
Can you remember what you guessed 4 years ago?
No,
Put it that way.
Oh, for goodness sake.
44.
44.
Jeff's determined to see this end, isn't he? Why don't you just remind the management that we've been doing it a long time?
Yeah, Jeff.
I think they know that and they still love it.
No, I'm not sure.
49. 49.
Has Charlie guessed?
44, I said, yes.
Oh, 52.
Oh!
So we're going to half time.
Very young face.
What are the scores?
Well, Fran said Charlie said 44, so he's 8 out, moves on to 16. Paul 3 out with his guess, on to 14. So Paul leads by 2 at the halfway stage.
Do let us know how you're getting on at half time. talksport.com/H&J. Text at 8 to 1089. Tweet to TSH&J. The second half of the birthday spread just around the corner. Second half of the birthday spread then.
Paul is on 2 direct hits with 9.
Yes.
Neil, the Chelsea fan, is on 9 out, 2 hits on Jagger and Feeding.
Okay.
No, don't know what the time was. 13 out, Billy is. Phil at work in Bicester, he's only 13 out. Come on, Spurs.
Right.
And Ken from Newcastle, he's on 8 with 3 direct hits.
Oh, well done, Ken. 8. That's very impressive. Charlie's on 16. I'm on 14. I lead us off for the second half. Andy.
Okay, it's the film producer who did The Women in Red in 1984 and Weekend at Bernie's, Victor Dre.
Wow.
And the General Medical Council have just struck him off. I knew him when he was a doctor. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Don't forget about him.
Vic Dre. Well, he's got to be 82.
Yeah, you're in the right ballpark there, Paul. 83.
78.
Oh. Sorry, Vic. Scores there, Jeff.
Yeah, Paul 4 out onto 18, Charlie 5 out onto 21. He was married to Kelly LeBrock.
Was he really? Woman in Red. And all that, yeah.
Very good
Another
actor.
fact.
Respect. It really is factoid.
I really like these facts. Yeah.
Factoids.
Yeah. Jeff's factoids. Okay.
Maybe that's a new feature we can bring in.
Better than his hemorrhoids, but there we go.
Jeff could have one of his
keep it light, Andy.
Jeff could have one of his buttons, his sound effects, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Factoid.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Go on then.
It's the founder of the Mulberry fashion label.
Oh, yeah.
And my wife used to do his hair till he went bald. That's true.
That wasn't her doing, was it?
No.
She cut his hair bald.
What a recommendation.
It's Roger Saul.
Roger Saul.
Yeah, there was a huge
Mulberry.
battle for the bag company. Huge battle for control of this company.
Yeah.
When the singers Sam and Dave tried to buy my shares, I refused. I said, "I'm sorry, I'm a soul man."
Right. My wife did his hair till he went bald. That's a great line. And there was them little point after that. Yeah.
Better call him.
Yeah. Pardon?
What did you say, Jeff?
I said better call him.
Better call Saul. There we are. There it was.
I like the
Very
factoids
nice.
best.
Yeah.
So, where were we?
Can you give me a factoid of the year he was born, Jeff?
Yeah.
1971, year of decimalisation.
Go on then.
88.
Well, we know he's bald.
Yeah, we know that.
It could be any
Could
age.
be anything, Paul. That affects all people.
80, blind 80.
75.
Oh, I've gone badly wrong here.
So what's happened to the scores there, Jeff?
I literally just said the year of decimalisation, and I thought that would give it. I thought that would give it away, given that was 1971.
Yeah. Well, actually, you also, Jeff, that you said 1971, the year of decimalisation. You actually gave the answer away, and neither of us took any notice of it.
No. Well, it's no great surprise really that nobody pays any attention to what I say. So that's quite right. So Paul 5 out.
Factoid.
Paul 5 out onto 23. Charlie 13 out 8. 13 out onto 34. So Paul leads by 11 with 3 to go.
11 was really good.
Just in case Roger contacts us, he was born in 1950, but he started the company in 1971.
Sorry, I saw 1970. Sorry, yes.
Let's move
What's
on.
the point of wrong factoids?
Yeah, wrong factoids. I like that.
Factoid.
Tremendous.
I was just trying to confuse them, that was all. I was just trying to...
Yeah.
Fran Healy was once a nun. Wrong factoids.
Yeah, Andy Salt's going to start giving the wrong scores out.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. Next up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. He's the Lord Justice of Appeal, or he was from 2012 to 18. Sir Coleman Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
Sir Coleman Tracy, yeah.
And we were great friends in the 70s. We'd always go around to his house for legendary games evenings. I used to love Sports Night with Coleman.
That's very good. Sir Coleman Tracy, 81.
I'm going to be older than that. I'm going to say 85.
76.
Oh, it's gone badly for old Bakes.
I'm nerdling. So what's the scores, Jeff?
Very badly.
Paul 5 out onto 28. Charlie 9 out onto 43. 15 the gap. 2 to go.
Okay, not long. We haven't got much time, guys. We have birthday number 9.
Okay.
Stop messing
Racehorse trainer Dermot Weld. And he was hoping to do a turn at the racehorse trainer's ball, but his voice was terrible.
Yeah.
Someone asked me if I could help. I was keen. I said, I'd like to teach D. Weld to sing.
Blimey. Very good.
Come on.
Not so bad. How old is he, Charlie? Dermot World.
Big good one on Gary Player's album.
Oh, right.
I'd like to teach the words.
That's right, yeah. That's it.
I think he's...
Gentle on my mind. Yeah, go on then.
83.
72.
77.
You could be back into that. Not too bad. Where are we, Jeff?
Paul 33, Charlie 49. He always sends me a Christmas card, everything the family are up to. I do love the news of the world.
Hey, good stuff.
Hey.
Not a factoid.
Well.
So, last birthday, what's the gap, Jeff? Just remind me.
16.
So it's going to be 17 either side.
Okay.
Could it be Paul's century?
Here we go. We'll raise my bat, hopefully.
He was the architect of the Brentwood Cathedral.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Quinlan Terry.
Wow.
And everyone took the mickey out of Quinlan at the cathedral's inauguration when he wore an exact replica of a full archbishop's outfit.
Yeah.
Full archbishop's outfit.
Oh, yeah.
It was typical Terry.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's no punchline, just yeah.
Delivery was slightly out.
I know as well. It's because we were rushing.
We're having to rush, Andy.
We're having to
Perhaps
rush.
we should just call this week off.
86.
Null and void.
86 I'm going with.
Okay,
Quinlan Terry.
102.
88.
There we are. Well done, Paul. Very good. Lift your bat.
What? Here he is.
There
the
he
bat's
is.
in the air.
The bat's in the air.
Yeah.
There he is. The century.
So 100 to 58 overall, and it is 16-9 this year.
Quite an easy week.
Congratulations.
Quite a bit like getting it off the bowling of Brook.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Jeff. We head back to glorious Goodwood very shortly for our final race of the afternoon. We head back to Goodwood, where it's delicately poised in the Team Lizzie, Team Rupert head-to-head in the punting. 8 points for Lizzie currently. See the Fire was third, so got 1 point. And Rupert's on 6, only 2 points in it. Oh. Lizzie, the pressure's on. What about this one?
I'm going for number 8, Brose. He's won twice in heavy ground. I've been trying to look for heavy ground form, and I found some, so that's Brose.
Beautiful. And what about you, Rupert?
I'm going for Nad Al-Sheba Green. I should tell you there are 3 non-runners, number 2, 9 and 10, all because of the ground, because they weren't originally due to be non-runners, but obviously heavy ground now, and we are actually going to see them coming out of the stalls, which in the horrendous weather we've had for the last couple of hours. I still feel like a wet rag. Can't wait to get out of my clothes.
Oh, nice. What a thought.
Well, it is a thought. Sorry, dear listener, but I am very uncomfortable.
No, I can understand.
Wet. No, but my poncho has done its bit.
Okay.
But they're loading them pretty quickly. Ryan Moore is now replacing Jack Garrity on Dan Tucker after we mentioned 5 jockeys were involved in that fairly scary incident with a plane as they try to make it down here. Right, I think we're nearly set then. 13 runners for our final race here on talkSPORT on day 3 of glorious Goodwood. A little bit slowly away with Star Chorus, and booted up to get into it is Speed of Majid on this near side. Also High Lord, Ruby's Prophet is right up there. Another one, High Lord, is in a good position. Coming down on his own is Marty Hopkirk down the middle. They've all tracked over to this near side. Right up there, Nana Sparkle has got a good position early on. High Lord is wide on the outside. Tracking that one is Dionysus. But as they come down the straight, it's still Ruby's Prophet, who just might have it, still with 2 furlongs to go. On the outside, Nana Sparkle's in a good position. Who could pick up from here in this rain-softened ground? High Lord might be in there. Another one coming through is Get Ready to Rumble. But still, Nana Sparkle just might have the advantage. Nana Sparkle with Ruby's Prophet on this near side. Coming up on the stand side, Speed of Magic. Also picking up as Wheels of Fire. Another one picking up is Nad Al-Sheba Green. But looking to hold on, Nana Sparkle has sparkled. It's a 3-way go for the miners, but Nana Sparkle has come through winning it. Just got a good lead, and in this rain-softened ground, as it was always going to be difficult to pick up.
Yeah, and you have to feel for Ryan Scott, who was involved in that aeroplane incident today. He was due to take the ride. Charlie Bishop is in his stead instead. Always kept it fairly simple, always wanted to be pretty close to the front, and did pretty well in what is heavy ground.
Well, winning at 15-2. So Nana Sparkle, trained by Alice Haynes, and she's one of the co-owners as well. A consistent performer, but as I say, in these rain-softened ground, it was always going to be difficult to try and come from off the pace. And she, as Lizzie alluded to, kept it simple, but we're done. Time to go and change my clothes.
It's time to tell us, though, whether Nad Al-Sheba Green or Brose got in the frame. Do we know?
Brose didn't. I might have done.
No, you didn't.
No, you
I don't think you did.
Thank you.
I think you finished
No,
fifth.
I did. No, I didn't. I finished last.
No, that's not you.
That's Nad Al-Sheba Green.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Oh, got barged. It was trying to make a run through. Where are you? No, you're nowhere either.
I'm nowhere either.
Oh,
Well,
dear,
it
I've
finished
lost it
today. Lizzie, Team Lizzie 8, Team Rupert 6.
Easy.
So in the week, so far it's ended up 1 draw, 2 to Lizzie. Well, a chance to redeem yourself tomorrow, Rupert, possibly.
One last chance.
That's it.
Our last hurrah together for some time.
Go and get out those wet clothes. Thank you,
That
guys.
tweed off. That
Top
wet
work.
tweed will be
Thank you
heavy.
very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
you.
Rupert Bell and Lizzie Kelly, they're both soaked through at Goodwood, where it's been anything but glorious. But we gave you 5 races, and you'll get, I think, 4 more races tomorrow. But Will Pugh has joined us from The Sun, puts together their excellent transfer show. He'll tell us more about that in a moment. Will, you are a West Ham fan.
I am,
we've
for my sins.
just had that news come in about Lucas Paquetá being cleared of spot-fixing charges by the independent commission. Not proven, the commission said, the 4 charges. And Paquetá has said, since the first day of this investigation, I've maintained my innocence against these extremely serious accusations. I can't say anything more at this time. it goes on, but he does thank his wife, he says, who never let go of my hand, to West Ham United, to the fans who always cheered me on, and to my family, friends and the legal team who have supported me. Thank you for everything. So I'm sure
very good.
We'll see the full report, but for now, he is an innocent man. There have been a few reports, though, that he could be heading back home to Brazil. I don't know if we saw the toll it took on him. We saw him leaving the field in tears, and the manager, Graham Potter, admitted just how much he'd been struggling with this hanging over his head.
Yeah, you can imagine, can't you? I mean, 2 years it's been rumbling on for. I think quite a lot of surprise in some circles at the result that's come out. But fortunately for Paqueta, like you say, his performances dipped drastically during the period that the whole saga was ongoing. Like you say, clearly affected by at the end of last season, and obviously until the verdict come out, fans kind of reserve judgment almost, don't you? But for it's been cleared of the charges now, and you sort of got a feel for him for having to go through the ordeal as he did. But like you say, there was some stories throughout the whole saga. Obviously, that big move to Manchester City, which was all but done, about 85 million quid it would have been. I think that's about the size of the release clause in his contract anyway. It looked like City were prepared to meet that before this story and this whole case erupted all that time ago. But the one story that hasn't gone away is a move potentially back to Flamengo. He came through the ranks there, and there is the sense and some of the sort of room whisperings coming out of the campus, certainly, that given the toll this has taken on him, that perhaps a journey back home or a period of time back home might be just for him to recuperate.
What's on his contract, Will?
He had a release clause around 86 million pounds.
Length of contract?
Oh, that's a good question. I want to say about 2 years left. Right, potentially it might be 3. Right. Yeah, we're around that. They obviously signed a long-term deal when he came from Lyon, 5 or 6 years. Can't remember off the top of my head.
And we know now Brazilian clubs, have got the money to make decent signings, so it wouldn't necessarily be on the cheap. But we'll see.
The only thing is, though, he is an absolute Rolls Royce of a football player, and I think watching him, he's one of those players where unless you watch him week in, week out, you can't quite appreciate what he does off the ball as well as on it. His highlights reels are impressive as anyone's, but he works like a Trojan off of the ball as well. And I think there's still big time space for him in a top level Premier League or European team. So a move back to Brazil at this stage of his career, unless it's for reasons other than football, of course. I think he's got a huge amount to offer still, particularly if he can put this behind him and get back to his best.
Now, Gianluigi Donnarumma, the goalkeeper for PSG, has been linked to some moves, possibly Manchester United, possibly Chelsea. Galatasaray apparently are in the frame, although the word is from Paris that he doesn't want to go.
Well, this is funny. You'll like this one, Charlie. He wants a pay rise, Donnarumma. He's got a year left on his contract. He's only getting 210 grand a week at the moment.
Might know his worth.
Well, yeah, I mean,
current market.
I think it's cost of living. I think that's what he was blaming it on to the PSG board. But no,
short career.
Well, it is.
Not if you're Donnarumma, he's massive,
Yeah, I think the money he's earned so far will probably be all right for at least 10 years after he retires. But 26 years
he can eke it out if he's careful.
Till he gets his pension.
If he's careful, he'll eke it out till the pension kicks in.
A couple of sensible investments. He's got a year left on his PSG deal, and there's a contract standoff is the situation at the moment. He wants more money. PSG are in that situation, as so many clubs get to when players have got a year left, or they go, well, we either extend or we cash in now. To extend, Donnarumma wants more than that 210. Now, Martin Lipton, our man, he's out in America at the moment, shadowing United on their pre-season tour. He wrote an excellent piece earlier this week saying United have got no interest or appetite whatsoever to get involved in like a big time bidding war situation for a player on that sort of money. They're happy to pay those wages, of course, but they don't feel that's an area they're willing to do that at the moment. Their stance has shifted on Onana somewhat. Earlier in the window, the sense coming out the club was very much, look, if there's an improvement to be made there, which lots of United fans and football fans generally think there is one, and if a deal's right, then we will make that improvement. As the window's rumbled on a little bit, they're not willing to do it for Donnarumma. They did make a loan approach to Aston Villa for Emi Martinez last week, but Villa shut that one down. They want some money for him, so United weren't willing to take that any further. And the sense now seems to be that, okay, well, if that's where we're at, if there's a deal to be done later in the window, potentially we'll do one, but we're sort of happy with Onana as the number one. There was also just suggestions if Man City lost Ederson, he's got a year left on his deal, potential that he might leave, that perhaps they would go after Donnarumma again, that sort of money. And of course Chelsea, who probably arguably need a replacement more than the others.
I don't know if does Donnarumma fit the PSG sort of new way they're working with younger players and bringing on younger players? I don't know who'd bring in as a goalkeeper.
He feels like he's been around for ages, but he's still very young,
26.
isn't he? He's 26.
Is he? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
So I've got in my mind that he's
been like
I think he's 32. Yeah, he looks 30.
He's been playing since he was like 17.
Yeah. No, it feels like one of those where I think it's all part of the sort of negotiation tactic. And really, Chelsea, I don't think would pay the money because it would break their wage structure too much. And as much as they probably would like a replacement for Robert Sanchez, I don't think they'd spend the money. Man City, they've got James Trafford, of course, but there's a feeling that the Etihad, he's not ready to be number one yet. So potentially if Ederson leaves, but is Donnarumma good enough with his feet? I think he stays.
Okay, well, I'm not sure whether this is part of the strikers' merry-go-round or a firm of solicitors. It's Watkins, Hoyland and Jackson.
Good lads.
And when you have a slip, trip or fall at work, they got me $5,000, which was very good of them, I felt. Mr. Hoyland especially was very efficient, which he isn't necessarily at Manchester United.
Watkins, Hoyland and Jackson partners. Obviously this one of the Benjamin Sesko situation plays into this hugely as well on the back page of the Sun.
Of course, he's another one to throw into the mix.
Exactly, Martin Lipton writing that story again, finding excellent stuff from Chicago. Now, earlier in the week, Martin, very much the sense out of United was, look, Sesko and Watkins are our top two priorities. If we had to pick, Watkins is our guy. Villa now publicly insisting, as they have been for quite some time, that, look, Ollie Watkins is not for sale. The sort of rumblings were that he's definitely not for sale. If someone puts £55 million on the table, maybe he is for sale. But very insistent when the United interest emerged earlier this week that no, he's not going anywhere. So that focus has shifted to Sesko. Now, RB Leipzig wants 70 million quid. United probably not willing to go quite that far yet, but their recruitment director, Christopher Vivell, who is friends with Sesko and used to be part of the Red Bull group, flew out to try and do a deal. So that seems to be where United's focus is going to be. But it's just what it means. They would like to get rid of Hoyland if they can. Where that leaves Jackson, he's third in the Chelsea pecking order now. If Watkins moves, does Jackson go back to Aston Villa to reunite with Unai Emery, who managed him at Villarreal? Lots of different parts. And can you see any of them particularly falling in certain places, Paul?
Look, the Sesko one, it seems that Martin's been reported, I've been seeing that's going to be their main focus because we were talking about this though, because Watkins is oven ready and Ruben Amorim's under pressure. Yeah. He may only have till Christmas to get this right. Wouldn't you rather sign a striker who's scored goals in the Premier League already rather than one that hasn't and may be a bit of a punt, however well he's done in Germany? Yeah. So I would have thought his focus would have been on, a bit like Mbeumo and Cunha, players that have played in the Premier League and hit the ground running, because that's what he personally needs and I think the team needs.
I couldn't agree more. If you ask, is Ruben Amorim in the position now to buy potential? Because he's 22, Sesko, and his returns were okay last season, 21 goals, 6 assists across 45 games in all competitions, that was. But exactly that, there's such huge value, isn't there, in buying a player who can and has performed in the Premier League. And no matter how good these players are, Rasmus Højlund cost 70 odd million quid last summer because he had an okay season for Atalanta, and look at the disaster that they've been left with now. I couldn't agree with you more. It feels like
I think they'll get Højlund out on loan.
I think we're out of time, guys. Thanks ever so much, Will. Just remind us where people can find the podcast, what it's called and everything.
Yeah, well, we've had a record early published today, so you can watch today's episode already. It's all around Sesko. We do a deep dive on the Sesko move on the SunSport YouTube channel, and just go to the Transfers Exposed playlist or the latest video.
Fantastic. Thank you, Will.
Cheers,
Thanks for your company this afternoon, folks. There'll be more live racing for you tomorrow. And coming up next, I'm sure the Drive Boys will be talking more about Lucas Paquetá and all the other big stories of the day. Have a good evening.